or.com, turning the World Wide Web into the worldwide.
High School Sports Live, in partnership with 27 News, is proud to present live on TV Central Dauphin Panthers and the Susquehanna Township Indians. The broadcast is brought to you by your premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, and Hoffman Ford. I'm Todd McCall. Good evening, everyone, along with Jerome Presley, our play-by-play guy. Sideline analyst Archie Smith Jr. will be joining us later. And really coming into this game, this is a slugfest, Jerome. I mean, this is one of these games that need to be played. It's non-conference, but that doesn't mean anything. It's two schools really close to each other, and more importantly, every time we get something that surprises us about this matchup. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the matchup and key players. On the east side, we've got a couple really talented players, but one in particular.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about matchups first, and this is two schools very close you talked about. They know each other. I mean, when you have two schools that know each other like this, it's going to be very good to see them play and bang heads against each other. For East, Brandon Hickerson-Rooks is the all-everything athlete for CD East. Watch him. Number 15 plays defense. Defensive end on the line of scrimmage. He's amazing out there. Division I talent. But he also carries the ball very well, too. Over 65 yards rushing per game. So look for him to get going. On the other side, you have Maury Wright, who is last week was targeted 11 times. Now, that's 11 times, but didn't have a lot of yards, but did get in the end zone. Look for Susquehanna Township to try to get him stretched down the field.
Well, as we're here tonight, and it's really game three. We're going in. We get East, who's 2-0, Susquehanna Township, who's 1-1. Both teams really kind of mimic each other in a way in terms of the style of play. Can you talk a little bit about what you think the viewers will see tonight as these two teams go head-to-head?
I think you have on both sides of the ball a lot of athletes. And when you have athletes, you want to get big plays. So you're going to see each team really trying to stretch the field to get their athletes down the field to get in the end zone. And both of these teams are loaded with them.
And let's talk play call. I mean, last week we've seen Susquehanna play Central Dauphin. First half, that was anybody's ball game. Second half, a few mistakes were made. But when we talk about play call, East and Susquehanna Township, what can we expect to see?
What you're going to see is smash mouth football, trying to make sure that they're tackling well. They're doing the things they need to do to try to sustain offense. For Susquehanna Township, they went to the air a lot last week. You may want to see them try to get a little bit more balance. For East, it's all about the power on the outside and getting those athletes downfield.
As you're talking about getting athletes downfield, you'll see plenty of that. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff is coming right up after these messages.
Years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA.
Or.com, turning the World Wide Web into the worldwide wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Presley, Susquehanna Township Indians set to receive Central Dauphin East. We got a great matchup here, Jerome. The one that you said, even in pregame when we talked, this is a game that should happen year after year. Athlete versus athlete. Two schools very close by. Central Dauphin East and Kalama set to kick. Anthony Kalama back to receive Maury Wright for Susquehanna Township. Wright, who's very dangerous with the ball, going across the 30. Across the 50-yard line and taken down. And just like that, you mentioned, even as we discussed, Jerome, special teams are going to be crucial in this game. And right there is great field position for Susquehanna Township on their first drive.
Well, we highlighted Maury Wright in the opening, and one of the things that we talked about was Susquehanna Township and Joe Heaton wanting to get him the ball and getting the ball a lot. And you see him on the return game. He had a good game last week against Central Dauphin in the return game as well.
Marshall Kent in the offense stepping out, getting set for their first possession of this game. They are 1-1, looking for their second victory. Central Dauphin East 2-0. If you're just joining us, welcome. Great Friday night matchup. The give is to Seegers up to the right side and nowhere to be found. He's going to be wrestled down
by a host of Central Dauphin East, and more importantly, I like to go into the run early on, Drum, don't you, out of Susquehanna Township?
Yeah, I mean, starting the game off and going to the running game, sometimes is not a bad idea. It sets the tone for your offense, gets those linemen downfield. Sometimes linemen, they want to fire out. They don't always want to be sitting back pass blocking all the time.
Cameron Harfield on the tackle for East. Kent, shotgun formation. He's going to look far side. And the pass is complete. And you're going to see those quick hitters all night long. That's Jalik Smith, who was injured last week, coming back in the game. Jalik Smith is another athlete that Susquehanna Township likes to get. But look at this hurry-up offense already. So Jalik Smith is one of the trips out here. The trips receiver, one single receiver to the far right.
And again, one thing about tempo, and we see a flag here on the play, is it gives you an opportunity to run your plays without the defense being able to adjust quickly. So that's a new wrinkle. We didn't see a lot of no tempo or, fast tempo for Susquehanna Township last week against Central Dauphin.
And if you know anything about the Susquehanna Township offense under Joe Heaton, that's one thing that you do see sometimes as the plays being called. But this week seems like it's going to be definitely part of the game plan. No huddle. Twin receivers. Kent's going to roll out to the right. He's going to fire. It's going to be complete, but there's flags down. Put the flags down on that may be against Susquehanna Township. The pass was caught by Willie Davis, but we'll see what the call is. With some illegal shifting and movement in that offense.
And those are the things that Coach Heating would definitely not like. He won't like to see that at all. You get this good return. You start off very good with your first play, and getting a couple of yards in the run game, and now there's 2 back-to-back penalties that backs your team up, and it basically, as we talked about before, it really destroys any momentum you had going into the first drive.
Jalik Smith goes in motion. Kent back to pass with time, looking down the field and overthrew an intended receiver, Brian Garner. Garner was wide open as secondary, and I tell you what, I mean, he had him open. Now Tyree Newton was in coverage, but I believe that receiver was open, just overthrew it.
Yeah, he actually had 2 receivers open, and again, you want to hit those plays because that would have been possibly 6. I mean, it was that well of a route run, and you have to hit that play.
Cantrell Rucker set to punt. Generally, that job is Jonah Williams. He was injured last week in the Central Dauphin game. Knee injury. Hopefully he'll be back. We wish him the best for next week. Rucker's punt a little off to the right. On Arp's side, Adrian Arp, but there will be no return. The ball will be around about the 20-yard line for Central Dauphin East.
And again, Todd, penalties already on the first drive. That's something that you don't want to have for Susquehanna Township. Now they got to rely on this defense. And one of the things we talked about, the games last week, I was very impressed, especially early, with Susquehanna Township defense and their tackling. Let's see if they can pull that into this game against a very talented East squad.
And I'm sure Coach Heaton and the staff talked to the team about, this football game is a constant 4-quarter game. Mm-hmm. They played a good first half against a good Central Dauphin team. Equally was matched with them. I thought that they could play with them. So we'll see it tonight. And to give to the left side. It's going to be really running back by committee for Central Dauphin East. I mean, they will go 4 or 5 deep in that spot. You'll see McKinney. You'll see Hickerson Rooks get the ball. DeJuan Gibson, Moore, Jeremy Christian. I mean, plenty of backs. Arp is the single back along with Byron McKinney in the backfield. And Kane Everson is the quarterback this year. Young. Some people compared him very much to a Russell Wilson type. He's very elusive, very good arm. Quite a comparison. He's a lefty. He'll roll. Looking downfield. It looked like Arp was bumped, and there's going to be a flag call. They're going to draw the flag in the secondary.
Yeah, I mean, I actually thought that ball was uncatchable. But, that's one of those situations where a penalty is going to be called, and again, that's the 3rd penalty on Susquehanna Township, 2 on offense, 1 on defense.
And Coach Heaton, I saw right away. He's already talking to referees. He's trying to get some understanding here on the sideline, and that play again, an uncatchable ball. It was a bump, 2 receivers and a defender going to the same spot. But that's why we're up here in the booth, I guess, and that's why we're not down on the field calling those plays, because that's a tough call, don't you think, Jerome, in terms of.
Tough call, but you want to make sure your players are still aggressive. You know what I mean? You basically let your D-backs know, just be aggressive, shake it off, and come back. Sometimes you're going to have those.
Give to the left side, running hard. And that's DeJuan Gibson to the left side for East. Coming up to make the tackles, Willie Davis and a host of red defenders for Susquehanna Township.
And we talk about down and distance in the run game. So we look at it now, it's now 2nd and 4. You think about it. We talked about it in the past. That opens up your playbook. 2nd and 4 is and even if you don't get a yard, you're in 3rd and 4. That's manageable. You can do so many things with that down and distance.
Yes. Arp split out to the right, far right. Everson back to pass, throws the wrong side of the receiver. The intended receiver was Terrence Danner on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. The ball is on the 44-yard line with 9:02 to play here in the first quarter. That offensive line, the starters are Harfield, Ramos, Robbins, Boger, and Rivers. Receivers Newton, McKinney, Danner, Arp, and McFarland for the offense. There's a flag down. Let's talk about the defense. Susquehanna Township, who, as you said, played really well, pretty well up front first half. Starters are Ronye Mitchell, Corey Jett, Corey Klinkscale, Proctor, Starling. That's the offense, excuse me. Why not highlight the offense and the defense?
What do you think? Well, some of those kids are two-way players.
They're both playing 2 ways. Lindsey and Mitchell are up front. Andre White and Evans are your linebackers. Jensen, your defensive end. Jameer Thomas, Jacoby Pate, and Amari Wright are in your secondary tonight. Everson with pressure got hit really hard. The ball's thrown up, and it was anybody's ball. Devin Evans put a shot on the quarterback along with number 8 Seth Evans. But Devin Evans, you talked about him last week.
He's a beast.
He is. He's solid, and he put a square, clean hit on Everson, and those are the kind of ones that make a quarterback think a little bit.
Right, and when you see him come up, Evans comes up, there is no wasted movement. Once he read that the quarterback was out of the pocket, his number one responsibility was to make sure the quarterback didn't get far at all, and he disrupted the entire play. Now, it was almost caught, though. I mean, that was the pass was still airborne.
Low line punt rolling over across the 40 will go out of bounds, and Susquehanna Township will have good field position. Adrian Arp is the punter, and his punt just went off a little flat. Looks like he got off the side of his foot.
Right. Well, you talk about the proximity of these games in the beginning of the broadcast, and we have Central Dauphin East, we have Central Dauphin, we have Susquehanna Township, and then here we have the play. And I'll get back to what I was saying.
Oh my.
Yeah, no, good hit. Then you have Harrisburg. You have so many teams within a close radius of each other, so many schools. And like I said, some of these kids know each other. I mean, some may have transferred from school to school as well. So that's what makes this so fun, to have this many kids, this many teams in the same area, same proximity of each other. Brings a good pageantry to the high school football realm.
And it looks apparently like Susquehanna Township's going to take a timeout. Hey, can we go to timeout?
Susquehanna Township.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Welcome back to Roscoe Warner Field. Susquehanna Township with their second possession. First down and 10. The balls be spotted on the 35-yard line. And really interesting in terms of, I'm seeing a difference a little bit in the Susquehanna Township. Just a little more fire in them here in the first quarter.
They are. I mean, the problem is penalties right now. So you want to clean this up. This game definitely has to get cleaned up for them so that they can start showing that fire and getting production out of it.
Marshall Kent will keep it himself up the middle. Be wrestled down by a host of white jerseys, but coming up to make the tackle for East was the secondary. Guys out of the secondary coming up. I mean, look, 3-4 guys out of the secondary come up to make that tackle. I mean, that's bouncing to the ball. And Arp came up, and Newton came up to make a tackle. McKinney.
Well, again, keep your eye on number 15. He's on the closest to the home side, that defensive end. And we've talked about him a lot. That's Brandon Hickerson Brooks.
Kent's going to keep it again. This is two times designed that way.
And they were able to outflank Brooks, but the defense of Flo was able to come and stop the quarterback on that play. So brings up a third down, but manageable third down. That's, again, we talked about that. Being able to run the ball gives you that opportunity.
That was Jalen Hawthorne on the tackle for Central Dauphin East. The give is to third down and 7, 8:02 to play. Ball spot on the 41-yard line for Susquehanna Township. Big third down here. Kent going outside. It's going to be incomplete to Brian Garner. It was in his hands and he dropped it.
And we talked about Kent getting going early, and I see Coach Heaton wanting to set him up with easy throws. That was a throw downfield in the hands of a receiver, and it's dropped. So those are the plays that we saw last week too. Some receivers not making plays, and sometimes the timing was off. So game 1, a lot of jitters for a lot of players. Game 2, you're trying to tighten that up.
Right.
Game 3, you want to begin the process of hitting your stride. And we saw it last year with Susquehanna. They came out the gate stumbling a little bit and then finished the year incredibly all the way to a district title. So we know that they can kind of get themselves in their groove on when they need to.
Rutgers' punt was taken by McKinney. Man, oh man, just wrestled down by Oscar Seaforth. Oscar Seaforth is a great special teams player. I've seen him last week come up and make a couple tackles, and he gets really excited about making a tackle. I think that's what you have to have, that mentality. Is when you're going to play special teams, you better be a headhunter.
Well, many times on special teams, you see maybe some underclassmen or guys that aren't necessarily the players that play tons. You don't have tons of your starting defense out there because that means they have to then stay on the field. So that's when you get those guys, and they have to be hyped up. So special team coaches have to make sure those players know that they are an integral part of the game.
Everson back to pass. Going to have to roll out of the pocket. He's going to keep it very quick. Cross the 45-yard line and be knocked out of bounds. He showed a lot of speed there. We've heard that he has that speed, and I tell you what, you must keep him contained. Nil on the tackle.
Right. And again, when you have a quarterback that has the ability to run the ball, that adds a new dimension, a different dimension to your running game, and you have to account for that ability. So when you're outflanked like that, you see the defensive end get sucked in, good blocking on the edge, and there you go. He's able to get upfield.
Be first down and 10. The ball be on the 45-yard line. 7:38 to play. And there's another replay. And we got movement. Looks like the movement. Susquehanna Township's pointing east way. Looks like there was movement maybe on that, possibly on the left side, and it will be going against East. That'll back them up. That's the 5th penalty. Both teams together combined already for the first quarter.
And again, you want to clean that up because any type of positive yardage you get is negated by your penalties. And if you don't clean that up, you're going to find yourself in the negative and killing drives.
First down 15, ball on the 41-yard line. Everson give. There's a ball on the ground. Looks like Susquehanna Township's going to recover. That'd be Willie Davis is wrestling. But Everson got it back.
I think Everson got it back. Yeah, I think he got it back. He was able to get that back good. And that's the thing. You got to fight for it. And Everson went and got it as the quarterback. Very impressive.
It'll be second down and 15 for the Panthers. Another shot on it. Fans, Advanced Hoops 3D Fall Training starts this weekend of September 10th. Over 300 players from 5th to 12th grade will be competing with Advanced Hoops professional coaches for 10 weeks. This is a great opportunity to prepare your players for the winter season. Go to advancedhoops.com for more information. Advanced Hoops has proven year after year it's the best for parents who want their players to get better. Flags down again. And Jerome, as I was looking down, I'm not sure. That's going to go against East again. It's going to back East up.
So we have the exact same thing that happened to Susquehanna on the first drive is happening to East on this drive, where you have them going backwards after a good gain to start the drive by the quarterback, Everson, getting upfield for almost 15-yard gain, and now we have multiple penalties that have backed them up considerably.
Second down 22, as you said, backed up a long way to go. Ball spot on the 34-yard line for Central Dauphin East. Everson, back to pass, pressure. Arp's going to catch it, across the 50-yard line. He's going to pick up the first down and stay on his feet and bounce out of bounds.
Wow.
What a big pickup.
That was it, and you see Heaton has his defense put some pressure, and that's what I would do. You know, you got second down and a lot. Go get the quarterback, but when you get there, you have to break down and make the tackle, which could have been a clear sack, and it ends up being a huge gain for a first down.
And that's just the fact that he can roll out of that pocket, move on his feet, and then he's got quick receivers. And I noticed in the pregame.
Yeah, they're very elusive receivers, and that's what you want to do. He had an opportunity to run it, but he said, hey, I can get the first down by allowing my athletes on the outside to get the first down.
Hey, Josh, are we up on
Everson getting chased out of the pocket again. And he's going to be wrestled down, but he's going to throw it. Now, will that be intentional grounding? Looks like he was in the grass.
No, because I think there was a receiver in the area. Brandon Hickerson Rooks was in the area.
Okay.
So right before he went down, he threw the ball. Smart play. You can see Susquehanna's bench going nuts. Like, hey, it was grounding. But Hickerson Rooks was in the area.
Now, look who was in pursuit. I mean, Willie Davis who gets after it. And Devin Evans, again, you'll see pressure. You'll see pressure by Seaforth also come on the outside. But look at the outside, Willie Davis chasing Seaforth, and then coming up in support is Devin Evans. And they really are making him earn his keep tonight.
And they did it with three players, just three. That was 3 defensive linemen.
Second down 10. Ball on the 41-yard line, 6:24 to play in the first quarter. Everson with time, looking downfield. He has a wide open receiver walking into the end zone. Touchdown! Unbelievable. Tyshawn Pollard returning back to the East lineup, and Tyshawn will have his first touchdown.
Todd, was that a beautiful pass or what? That was right in the money. It was in stride. Beautiful pass.
And when you give this kid time, he does have an arm. We saw that. And look again at this. Just picture-perfect ball on the money to Pollard walking in the end zone. And in the secondary coverage, Pollard just got behind it to the secondary.
Everson, that throw was big time. That was a big-time throw right on the beautiful ball.
And East scores first. Arp with the hold.
And the coverage wasn't bad. I mean, that was good coverage. I mean, that's when you chalk that up as a win for the quarterback, when a quarterback can be that accurate on a deep ball. But we talked about it at the beginning of the game. Both of these teams want to get downfield, and you see hitting Pollard downfield made it happen.
Anthony Kalama's kick is up, and the point after is good. East will take a 7-0 lead. We'll be back with more after these messages.
HoffmanFord.com. Turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad.
I hope it was worth it. I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Welcome back. East strikes first, and Jerome, you kind of called it out. I mean, first of all, Everson had time, and with time, you saw what he did. He has an arm. He can sling it.
Well, you see, Susquehanna Township went with a 3-man front, so they had a lot of players in the defensive secondary, but the receiver's able to get behind that, and then Everson puts a beautiful ball on the money, and that's, you can't, what are you going to do about that one? That was just a good ball.
Ball taking some bounces. But picked up and scooped up by Murray Wright. He's very dangerous in the secondary. There's flags down. It might go against Susquehanna. He's spinning, and he'll be wrestled down, but it looks like it's probably going to be against Susquehanna Township. Man, a lot of laundry on the field here tonight.
A lot of laundry on the field, and that's, again, you want to tighten that up. And I would imagine in halftime, both of these coaches will be talking about that. What can we do to get these penalties down, if not completely resolved? Because it's putting both teams in bad situations, but East was able to recover from theirs.
Well, East's last plays, you saw 5 plays, 69-yard drive. I mean, and it really was put together by one play, one throw. And it seems like in these first 2 games, it's been one of those types of plays where Susquehanna's gotten burnt. But it's early in the game. We know the kind of comeback situation Susquehanna plays. They're never out. But now they're going to be backed up on the 5-yard line, first down and 10, 6:09 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that penalty was a big one.
Give to Seegers on the right side. You'll buy a little bit of room, pick up a couple.
He's up the middle for about 3 yards. It'll be second down for the Indians.
He picked up 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
So again, yeah, just trying to get some room so you can operate. And again, you have to protect the football. You do not want to turn over here and find yourself down more points this early.
And
that guy.
Kent shotgun formation. Give to Seegers on the right side. He's bouncing off to the right, pushing it. Being tackled down by Bogart, number 52.
And we talk about Bogart, number 52 for CD East. His father is the head coach of Milton Hershey Spartans. So they actually played against each other the first game of the season.
Unbelievable.
Where East was able to pull that victory out, beating Milton Hershey 19-13. So that was a good start to the season for East.
Big 3rd down and 4 for Susquehanna Township at 5:09. Airing it out incomplete to Jalik Smith, the intended receiver. And it's going to be a punting situation again for Susquehanna Township. Tyree Newton on coverage.
And again, punting the ball this deep in your end zone, this could be tricky. So you want to make sure you get this ball off if you're Susquehanna Township. You do not want to turn over here. You do not want to block, partially block at all. You want to get this punt out.
And you know they're down without Jonah Williams, who's a very good punter. And
either way, it's going to be good field position for CD East.
Rucker set to punt. Arpin McKinney back to receive. Looks like they're going to Arp's side. Arp's got to call fair catch, and not bad considering the situation. The Panther Ram Foundation is actively pursuing its mission to support innovative efforts and enhance student artistic, educational, cultural, and athletic activities. Your continued support has empowered students and teachers by offering a variety of services and programs to supplement activities in the Central Dauphin School District. Fans, if you continue to like High School Sports Live, make sure you go. The great lineup of our games are online at hsslivetv.com. You can check our full schedule out there. And next week we got another good one, Friday nights. That's been a signature here now since. We'll have a timeout and we'll hold that thought. We'll be right back. More after these messages.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Central Dauphin East will have the ball on the 44-yard line. First down and 10. Up 7-0. Early thoughts right now, Jerome?
Well, I mean, I think right now both teams are trying to fill each other out. You know, you saw CD East take their shot and they hit on it. I think now Susquehanna Township has to try to establish some type of offense. Right. You know, right now that's the issue. They can't keep any drive going. So they want to see if they can clamp down on defense here, but then offensively try to get something going.
Explosive play out of the backfield. That's Pollard running the ball now. Pollard, I don't think, was with East last week. He's back in the lineup, and that's given them a different, I tell you what, a different dimension. He runs really hard, very explosive, as you saw in that play.
But we saw the big touchdown from him, and then now we see him in the backfield running the ball with authority in the teeth of that Susquehanna Township defense.
First down and 10, the ball on the 32-yard line in Susquehanna Township territory. Got a beautiful night tonight for football, and I tell you, as we were walking down on the field last week, it was so warm.
Oh, I know.
This week is perfect football weather, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, you could just in a week's time, you see the difference in weather, and again, this is good weather for the players on the field. Actually, it's kind of hot for them. I mean, you still have to hydrate. Make sure. I mean, it's not that cool where you can just not hydrate. You still have to do that regardless.
Low snap, Pollard busting over the middle. Andre White Jr. on the tackle for Susquehanna Township.
So you're seeing CD East do what many teams do after a big touchdown drive, especially in the air, go to the running game and establish that running game. You saw 2 runs in a row, and you bring it up now a 2nd and 7. So they're able to run the ball, got a first down on the first run, come back and do it again.
Everson gives it Pollard. Pollard got some room outside to the left side, crossing the 20-yard line. And he'll be wrestled down and taken out by Jameer Thomas.
Now we're getting that running game going, and you see Pollard starting to get, you know, he's starting to get more and more confidence in the running game. And now when you're able to run the ball and throw the ball, it opens up your entire arsenal on offense. So Susquehanna Township has to do better in that run defense, because if not, it could be a long night when you're looking at the fourth quarter trying to tackle those guys.
3:26, first down and 10, ball on the 14-yard line. Knocking on the door is Central Dauphin East. Give to Pollard. Pollard bouncing to the left side. And Andre White Jr. will bring the tackle down again.
For the Panthers.
Hey, guys.
Pollard on the left side being snapped. Great tackle by Kane Fullerton coming up around that left side, and that was a great tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they have to do when they're getting there, especially when you get this close. Good penetration from the defensive front, getting the ball carrier in the backfield.
Also, Seth Lindsay made the tackle, and the assist was by Fullerton. That was. Everson back to pass with time. Pass incomplete. Jalik Smith on the coverage. Huh? It looked like a rough play across the middle.
Yeah, I thought it was good coverage. I mean, by Jalik Smith, you know, you have to be tough down here. Now we're bringing up a 4th down, so good job. Really good job for that Susquehanna Township defense.
Total yards right now, 116 East. Susquehanna Township 20. Kalama on. 28-yarder for Kalama, and Arp with the hold. On the left hash, the hold is down. And he'll get it. He'll make it. We'll be right back after these messages. East up 10-0.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. none of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Laval, East will score again in the red zone, so 2 trips to the red zone, 2 scores.
Right.
Susquehanna Township, though, that's a good hold at this point in time. Going down 14-0, you know, can be very dangerous with the way that Pollard's starting to come on in the running game.
Well, that was the first trip to the red zone because they scored on the big pass play, so their first red zone trip. But, you know, Susquehanna held, and you hold 3 points, that's manageable. It's 10-0. This is not panic time right now for Heaton's team.
Exactly.
I mean, they just have to get some offense generated, and that's where the problem is. They're not able to get going offensively, and penalties are continuing to be a problem.
Wright will take it up on the scoop. Wright bounces to the left side. Shifty, dangerous, but good coverage for East, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. Shy of the 20-yard line.
So that kick coverage team for East is doing a pretty good job.
First and 10, Susquehanna Township. At their own 20-yard line.
First down and 10, the ball on the 20-yard line for Susquehanna Township. Simpson's going to keep it himself. Bounce out to the left side across the 20-yard line. Down to 30, down across the 50-yard line. It'll be knocked out of bounds by Pollard. That's a big play. And a flag, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you're going to get a late hit out of bounds, but Everson gets going, and he can run the ball. We've seen that. He is able to run the ball. And that's Marshall Kent. Able to get outside. Kent gets upfield, and then you could tell, and I think what happened was you see him he gave up out of bounds, and that's where the hit came from. You saw that he was pretty much done. He stepped out of bounds, and it was called, so he gives up on the run, and bam, he gets nailed. So that would be a penalty.
Well, you hear the Susquehanna Township bleachers, the fans getting behind their team now. Big plays have to happen for Susquehanna Township tonight, as you mentioned, and this is a big play out of Marshall Kent, the quarterback.
And that's exactly what they needed, was a big play. And you see Marshall Kent able to show his ability to run the ball. Both quarterbacks had a big run so far.
The blitz is on. Kent has nowhere to go, but he's going to stay on his feet. He's loose if he dumps it off. Going to buy him a little bit of time, but a lot of loss of yard. Trey L. Seegers, man, oh man, did they come on? They just brought the full house on that.
They did, and I mean, initially you're thinking, can Kent get out of this? And pull a Houdini act, but he wasn't able to. I think that the play was very slow developing. Kent, then he looks up and sees CD East defenders right in his face.
Makai Moore and Boger brought the initial pressure on. So it's second 24. Second down 24, ball on the 30-yard line. Kent looking downfield, has a wide open receiver. Across the 40-yard line, just missed him through his arms. That was Mari Wright. And you highlighted him in the opening game. They've got to find a way. Look at the Susquehanna Township fans, the student body. They are really like, oh, he had him. Take a look at this again.
Wright couldn't be any more wide open than he was there. Well, very good play design. If I'm Coach Heaton, I'm circling that play because at some point in this game, you want to come back to that to see if East has adjusted to that.
You know what? Look at what happens when you get these youngsters time. Football, and I know you hear it all the time.
Right.
When the quarterback gets time from the offensive line, he took that drop, had all the time in the world to throw, saw Wright wide open. Wright looks a little bit over that left shoulder, and he just missed the outreach hands. Coming to the other side, Jalik Smith. Jalik makes the move. He's going to cross the 40-yard line. Pass Pollard. Pollard, no, he stays on his feet. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Susquehanna Township Indians, and they're on the board. The crowd is going absolutely crazy right now, Jerome.
Yeah, so are you. But again, that was just a very good play. And again, big plays. We wanted big plays from both teams, or the coaches wanted big plays from both teams, and we see them. Susquehanna Township comes right back and gets Smith going in a nice quick hitch play, and he stays inbounds and gets upfield for a touchdown.
And I'm not sure who spurred the block, but we had a great block up here on top of our screen. If we take a look at it again on this side, there's a block right there you saw happen on your screen.
It was like a blur, red blur.
It was a blur. And it is, Jerome, you know, I played, you played. One of the things Coach talked about was sustaining your blocks, keeping your blocks, how important your block can spur one little smart play like that. It makes a difference. Guys who actually put bodies on people in football, it's called football.
Yeah.
Number 37, Rucker.
Rucker set to kick his first point after of the year. And it's up and it's low and it's going to be no good. But Susquehanna Township strikes with a beautiful play. Jalik Smith from Marshall Kent with the block. We'll be back after these messages.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them. Erie Insurance.
Back to Roscoe Warner Field, 10-6 East. Susquehanna Township Indians, 10-6. They're without Williams in the kicking game. Rutgers kick a little low.
Right.
You know, in a game like this with uncertainty, do you look, Jerome, at possibly two-point conversions?
Oh, I mean, you may have to if you can sustain a kicking game. And there you go. You see the Susquehanna Township student body doing their thing. We saw them last week, and they come and ready, and it just energized. That touchdown energized this crowd.
And that's all it takes is a little bit. One big play spurs a touchdown,
absolutely.
And then you get the student section behind you. And here on High School Sports Live, night in, night out, that's one of the things I want to tell all the fans in the area. We love when we see the student body come out.
Absolutely.
We love when we see the student body.
Because that's what it's about. It's about the students, man. And that's why it's great to be able to highlight them, get them on TV, the players as well as the fans. Right. We had one of the funniest scenes last week at the other game. And the Susquehanna, they did a great job just cheering on their team, so it was fun.
Oh, low kick. Man, oh, man, I tell you what, it looked like it hit a wall. Boger will recover, and East is going to have great field position.
I'll tell you, Joseph Ramos showed some good hands. I mean, because that could have bounced off of him, and that would have been a live ball. That would have been a really live ball.
A little credit, don't you?
Yeah, you got to give the big guy some credit. I mean, he fielded that quick.
That last drive was 4 plays, 80 yards. Only chewed off 1 minute and 9 seconds off the clock because it was a big play, big hitter. Boy, Pollard is running hard to the right side.
Right. I mean, when you see him getting 9 yards a pop from the backfield, I mean, that's, you know, he's doing some big things. He's a very, very hard runner.
Second down and 1. And, I mean, every time he touches it, he's picking up 8+. Every time. Everson looking downfield, and it's going to be pass interference. He was looking downfield, and Terrence Danner was the receiver, and Terrence Danner is a big target.
Very big target. 6'5", 200 pounds. And that's, again, there are playmakers all through this offense for CD East. And you see the deep ball to Tanner. Big target.
Well, that's going to be moving The white jerseys down the field. And Terrence Danner at the height, I was wondering when you might see a chance for him at 6'5", the junior, when they were going to actually go to him. I mean, there was a few times where you could just see him as a target. And he's open. Pollard on the left side.
And I tell you, right now, Pollard is in a groove reminiscent of how Chase Edmonds was years ago, a CD East grad who's at Monmouth University, not Monmouth, but he's at one of the other universities, and it's coming to my head, but I know he's having an amazing career where he is, so good for him.
You hold that thought. We'll be right back after these messages coming up. Archie Smith Jr.
HoffmanFord.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Well, welcome back, and joining us in the booth is Archie Smith Jr. Archie, we love having you on High School Sports Live. It's Friday night. Just the feeling down on the field, just the intensity that you feel, the excitement that you feel all the kids. I mean, talk a little bit about that. I know that you can talk all day long what you see defense and offense, but first of all, the feel of what you get here in Pennsylvania football.
Well, you can tell this is a in-city rivalry. You can tell the intensity that's out there. The coaches are coaching these players every time they come back. On the deep pass right there, Coach Heater instantly went to his cornerback and told him, hey, let's settle down, let's calm down. They instantly went to his quarterback, hey, let's calm down, let's settle down. Now on East, you got number one who's coming back that's missed 2 games. This guy's hungry, and he's out to prove a point right now. So on the sideline, you see a lot of coaching. You see a lot of intensity. These guys really want this battle, man.
Well, they found their man. He's been out 2 games in Tyshawn Pollard, but Pollard, he runs hard, and he's picking up 8 or 9. What is that offensive line doing to make that difference to open those holes up for him?
Well, they're doing some zone blocking, but what they're doing, they're just coming with straight physical play right now. I mean, the whole concept is win the line of scrimmage. As you can hear Susquehanna, they got a chant that's saying O-line, O-line, O-line. Well, that's telling their O-line, hey, let's dominate the line of scrimmage right now. And they're giving their quarterback time.
Archie, you know, we've said on High School Sports Live, you've been now in the Pennsylvania area for a long time as, really, first of all, as a football player, now an analyst, a coach, doing a lot of things in the community, but more importantly, can you talk a little bit about the Friday nights in Alabama football and the comparison to Friday nights in Pennsylvania football? Just what it meant to you as a kid, what it means to the kids today?
You can see these kids, man. These kids been playing all summer long. They've been competing against each other all summer long in the NIFL, the flag football league that they have up here. These guys have been competing in all summer, so they can tell when they get to play each other in the game. You know, now this really, really counts. And the only thing that changes is the license plates. It's the same football, man. It's the same quote. The people up here in Pennsylvania love their football. The people down south love their football, man. So it's no difference, really. The only thing the difference is the license plates.
Well, thank you, Archie. We're going to come back to you around halftime and also at the end of the game for your analysis. And we look forward to continually having you as part of the team with Jerome and I. And it's been great, Archie. And we've known each other for years, and it's just fantastic to continue to get the chance to work together.
Thank you.
Everson's throw intended for Adrian Arp is overthrown. No good. There's a flag on the play. That was a 4th down and 5 play. The ball was on the 23-yard line. We'll get you caught up here on what's going on with the flag. And Jerome, I'm not sure what I saw, but Susquehanna Township indicating it might be holding.
Yeah, and I think that may be the case. Bringing up a 3rd down, that will be holding. And again, it'll bring up 4th down. I think probably East will go for this, but Archie said something important. It's not so much about the scheme blocking wise for the offensive line, is the fact that they're firing on the ball,
right.
and they're getting into the defense very quickly. So that is a very well coached situation. You want your offensive line, when the ball is snapped, to fire into the teeth of the defense, especially in the run game.
Everson sends McKinney in motion. Back to pass with time, going to bounce out to the right side. It looked like he thought he might throw it. He held on to it. Boy, he takes a hit. And Andre Wright Jr. comes over to make the hit. And Travis Jensen, also the defensive end, came over to make the tackle.
And that's a good stop for Susquehanna Township. And you get a chance to see, you got to tuck it and run. Everson tries to get upfield. You got to bring them down. They bring Everson down, and they get the ball back.
Short of the chains.
Back to what I was saying originally about Chase Edmonds, and I apologize for the CD East faithful out there. He's at Fordham University,
right.
And I'll tell you what, he has been amazing there. At every level, he's done well. Whether it was in high school at Central Dauphin East, playing in the Big 33, he was the MVP of that. Then he went to Fordham and broke records. So the lineage of running backs, that come through this program, it shows you the athletes that come through this program is huge, and he is definitely one that has been on a tirade in Division I football.
First down and 10, the ball on the 20-yard line, 10:55. Kent running hard, up over the middle. He lowers his shoulder and puts his shoulder into the linebacker and shows his mental toughness.
I don't know if I want my quarterback doing that a lot.
Man, you're right.
But good toughness from him, but I wouldn't want him making a habit of that. He may have to let him know, hey, get down, man. You don't have to go barrel into anybody like that. That was tough. And that was on Boger. Boger, the linebacker.
Boger.
Makes the play, though, so the tackle was made.
Second down and 5. Kent, quick throw. It's going to be knocked down by the big defensive line. Hickerson Rooks looks like got a hand on it.
So it's third and manageable. That's the one good thing about the quarterback run is that this is a third and manageable situation, a 3rd and 5. So, again, you still have a lot of options here.
As Jerome said, third down and 5, 25-yard line. A bullet thrown to Andrew Seymour. Andrew Seymour stayed on his feet, and he'll be wrestled down. Well, I thought he was surely down and tackled in the grass, but he kept moving, kept his feet pumping. Fundamental.
Right. And that's after he was a little exposed, but was able to use his hands and get up there and bring the catch in. Takes a big hit, but doesn't go down. Able to stay on his feet, get a couple extra yards to add to it. That's a momentum builder for your team. When your teammates see you do that, they get hyped.
Arp and 3 or 4 other Panthers coming over to make the tackle. First down and 10. That'll move the chains for Susquehanna Township. Trips receivers looking over the sideline here, looking at their play. Looks like so is Marshall Kent. He's calling it at the line. Seegers is alone back to his right. The give is to Seegers, and man, oh man, did Hickerson Rooks, did he read that? He blew that play up from the start.
Yeah, and we are definitely going to see him at the next level. I just can't see how we won't. 6 foot, 225 pounds. He's probably going to be more of an outside linebacker or inside linebacker at the next level. But I tell you what, he has shown very stout defensive player, and you get a chance to see what he can do.
And you see Corey Jett was just trying to wrestle him just to save his quarterback a little bit. I mean, it's hard to stop that guy.
But hey,
he is a determined linebacker.
For a young lineman like Corey Jett, it's good for him to see a talent like this, and then that's one of those things where he got you that time. Now you got to come back and do your thing to get him and make sure that you keep your running backs and your quarterback clean.
Stay tuned. Coming right up at halftime, the Highmark Halftime Report with Archie and Jerome. Brenner Family of Dealership Halftime Stats. Charlie Fortney's interview with Carl Hoffman, Vice President of the Pam Ram Foundation. And that ball will be intercepted by Tyshawn Polar.
He's having a game.
He really is making a difference.
He's having a game, both sides of the ball. And this is what you call just really good free safety, breaking on the ball, showing range, and going and making a play.
My goodness, beautiful play. Just he's quite the athlete. He's showing why he's so important. He was out the first 2 games, not sure what the indication of why he was out, but he's back. And the difference is being made right now. Second down, or that'll give them the first down ball on the 46-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, having him on the roster, man, you can just imagine what else you can do with him. He runs the ball very hard. He catches deep balls. Play him at free safety. He'll intercept the ball for you.
Exactly.
Showing a lot of talent from this young man.
Everson with a long count. He gives to Pollard on the right side. Ronye Mitchell will wrestle him down, and there's flags on the play.
Usually in the holding area, and that's exactly what the call is, holding.
Man, oh man, we've had flags, our share of flags in this field tonight.
But I'll tell you what, Todd, holding, truthfully, it probably happens every play.
That's right.
Nowadays, with the rules being the way they were, in the old days of football, back in the 80s, it was about you putting your fist to your chest and blocking that way.
Which was almost next to impossible.
It was, but hey, they did it. You had 1,000-yard rushers at every level. You still did your thing. Now, you're actually allowed to use your hands. So because of the fact that you're allowed to use your hands, it's pretty certain that there's a holding call every play. Holding every play is just not seen or called.
First down and 20, the ball on the 44-yard line for East. East is going to go with a single back. That is Pollard in the right of Everson. Everson calling out the play at the line. He's got trips receivers to the left of your screen. Everson back to pass. It's going to be incomplete.
And you're going to see that bullet that Everson put there. And talk a little bit about Everson. He's had a good start to the season. He's only about 5'10", 160 pounds. So he's not the biggest quarterback in the world, but he has a really good arm. He's very elusive. And when getting outside the pocket, he has shown that he can make plays out of the pocket.
I think being a junior, having this year, next year, I tell you what, he's definitely a player to watch.
Definitely want to get the strength and conditioning program, because you want your quarterback to be able to take a little bit more punishment if he has to take it and be okay with it.
Everson throws a go-get-me ball. Terrence Danner, intended receiver. Not a bad throw considering how tall he is at 6'5".
I mean, when you have a quarterback or a receiver that's that tall, their catch radius is a lot bigger. So you put it up there and you let your playmaker go get it. So I think this ball hung a little bit higher in the air, maybe needed a little bit more distance to give Tanner a really good shot at getting it. But I would take my shots as often as possible if you can.
Jaleel Smith on the coverage. He did a good job staying inside of the body of Danner.
Good defensive coverage by Jaleel Smith.
Third down, 21. Ball on the 43-yard line for East. 8:49 to play. Pollard giving it to the right, staying on his feet, shifting his shoulders and powering through to pick up a couple. Tackled on the play is Jameer Thomas. It's going to be a fourth down, long way to go. Fourth down, 21. That's going to bring the punting team on for East.
Well, we're starting to see, Todd, that Susquehanna Township defense stiffened up a little bit.
Yeah.
They, kind of like how they started out last week, they stiffened up a little bit. And we saw CD East last week against Lower Dauphin. They really put it on them. They lit Lower Dauphin up to a score of 38-14.
Ball's going to take a East roll and be down to about the 17-yard line. 7:57 to play here in the second quarter.
Can we do a read and then we
Gotcha. You see the meeting of the minds there. Kent getting his call. He's going to give it here on the sideline and come out first down and 10 with the ball on the 18, make it a 19-yard line.
Don't be surprised if Kent takes a shot downfield. Especially because Pollard's not in the game right now in that free safety position either.
Fullerton sent in motion. Kent gets it. Seegers on the play.
Seeger is the ball carrier. Brought down by number 55, Edward Rivers.
Rivers made the tackle for East. 7:41 to play. The Panther Ram Foundation is actively pursuing its mission to support innovative efforts that enhance student artistic, educational, culture, and athletic activities. Your continued support has empowered students and teachers by offering a variety of services and programs to supplement activities in the Central Dauphin School District. Kent to Fullerton. Going to put his shoulder down across the 30-yard line, stay on his feet, and be knocked out of bounds. He's running really hard.
That was tough running right there. You talk about the Parent Ram Foundation, and this just takes us back to the fact that Landis Field is shared by the Central Dauphin East High School and Central Dauphin High School. They both share that field, and they just laid down a brand new turf over there. We got a chance to go over there last week. So East has in Central Dauphin. They have a really nice turf there, field turf there, brand new.
And I want to give out just a shout out to what they brought and introduced to the concession stand that you and I had a nice feast on. They put a little Chick-fil-A in that concession stand.
Yes, they
I'll
did.
tell you what.
Yes, they did.
They get the 4-star right now to start the year. Now, Cumber Valley's hard to beat too, you know.
Yep. Shout out to the concession stand over there. So, and I know there's some good food here too. I know last year we had burgers over here.
We enjoyed those burgers here at Susquehanna Town. I call them Tri Burgers. Those were good.
So
Another look at Kent keeping it a lot tonight on the right side, and he's been dangerous as a threat more as a runner right now than he has a passer tonight. And he just got tripped up by Moore. Just got a hold of the shoestrings and brought him down. 2nd down and 3, the ball on the 40-yard line, 6:42. Coming up, the High Mark halftime report. We'll have Jerome and Archie joining us up here in the booth. We'll also go over our Brenner family of dealership halftime stats and Charlie Fortney's interview with Carl Hoffman, Vice President of the Pan Ram Foundation, coming up right at halftime. 6:26 to play, 2nd down, 3. Kent with time, throwing a beautiful ball. And it looks like his intended receiver was right. And look who's back there in the secondary, playing in the secondary as well. Kane Everson, the quarterback, as well on the coverage.
Yeah, that ball kind of hung a little bit on Kent as far as height. So, that was one of those where you want to get a little bit more distance on it if you can to let your receiver run under it.
3rd down and 3 for Susquehanna Township. It's hard to emphasize big plays, but this is a big down right now in this game, in this juncture.
But it's only 3rd and 4, so you don't need all of it at once. I mean, it's 3rd and 4, so a quick hitch play or something fast, or even a run play could possibly get your 1st down. And there we go.
You got it, picked it up. Trail Seegers gets out of bounds, and I believe Seegers, when he gets into the groove, is another good back to go to.
And I love the call because 3rd and 4 is still a running play. I mean, especially if you're a team that may average close to 4 yards a carry, that's a 1st down. So why not? You can still run the ball on 3rd and 4, and it's manageable. It's a manageable down that you can open up your arsenal on offense. Good call.
Getting the play on the sideline. 1st down and 10. Beautiful crowd here tonight at Roscoe Warner Field.
Always have a good time coming over here to Roscoe Warner Field, Susquehanna Township. The fans, the parents that are here, they have so much passion, and they always treat us amazingly here.
Always.
So it's a great place to be.
Hickerson Rook pushing after Kent. Kent will bury his head, and Boger will bring him down on the tackle.
Good tackle by Boger. You see him come up. He's like, "Oh, you're not going to truck me again." So
Boger stood his ground on that one.
Yeah, he did.
2nd down and 9, the ball on the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Boger's a good-looking linebacker at 6 foot, 220 pounds. He's a senior this year. He'll probably try to look to see where he can go and play at the next level as well.
I always like to see the fans' reactions when the camera comes on. Give to Trail Seegers the right side. Hickerson Rooks bringing him down. Boger also assists on the tackle.
Seegers ahead for about a yard in midfield.
They're letting Seegers earn every yard that he gets tonight.
They are. And that's what you want to do. You want to get that running game established. You get a good look at that offensive line up front. That's having a decent game. They definitely want to give the running back some more room, sequence some more room, but they're not having a bad game up front.
3rd down and 7. The ball right on the 50-yard line for Kent and company. Devin Evans goes in motion. Oh, pressure. Kent's going to stay on his feet. Get back maybe a yard or to the line of scrimmage. Well, this would be 4th down territory right here. Well, no, they're going to bring on Rucker.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. It's too close of a game right now. You don't want to give CD East any advantages at this point. So I think this is a good call. Again, both of these defenses, 4:52 left in the half, both of these defenses have really stiffened up. 10-6 game, still close, 4:45 left. Defense has taken over.
Makai Moore, the defensive end on the far right side, brought the pressure on Kent. And Rucker will be in to punt. Harp and McKinney back. Oh, high snap's going to go over Rucker's head. Rucker's he's going to have to fall on it.
That's probably the safe play. Just fall on it. Your defense has been playing good. You're just going to ask them to play a little bit better here and not give up any points.
And it's going to give great field position for Central Dauphin East.
You see Rucker talking about how high it was, telling his teammates, got to come down a little bit. But he's able to cover it, so I think that's what's important. And there's Coach Heaton giving him some coaching.
He's just talking to him about, hey, he might have had a second or two to pick it up.
Yeah.
At least run.
But that gets dangerous, man.
We
saw that happen. Remember Michigan
around.
State last year? You remember
Prime
that
example.
game?
Prime example.
That ended the game for the University of Michigan. So we saw what happened there.
It's such a feel for things to decide what you should do, what you can't do.
Absolutely.
Everson give across the middle to the left side. Or actually, that was Gibson on the carry. 2nd down and 10, 4:14 to play, the ball on the 33-yard line. And look at that. Oh, Willie Davis was trying to strip the ball, but Gibson will hang on to it.
And that's what you want to do. If you have an opportunity, bring the ball carry down first. But once you have him secure, you can bring him down. You got to take that ball, see if you can get it.
2nd down and 9. Everson rolling to his right. That time gets his feet squared away. He's going to fire it. And it's going to be incomplete to Arp.
Tell you what, this defense is really tightened up for the Susquehanna Township team. They're really doing well. You get a chance to see the fans again. The student section of Susquehanna Township, they travel. They get it in here, and they will travel to your home field and get it in there.
They will. That's no doubt about it. 3rd down and 9. I'll give a early nod. We've had 2 games. I'll give an early nod to the Susquehanna Tribe fan section.
Yeah, they did all right.
Because they are actually bringing it. And you know what? That means a lot to your home team.
Man, it does.
When you travel on the road. Just like,
it does.
I think in the NFL, Pittsburgh Steelers will you'll see terrible towels.
Yeah.
They'll take over a stadium.
Well, they took over Washington last week. Definitely took over Washington.
Pollard on the carry. And Bobby Presley made the tackle. 3rd down and 9. Or make that, actually, that's going to be a 4th down and 9. The ball spotted at the 32-yard line. And actually, that is your 4th down and 2, Jerome. You're right. Just a couple yards shy of the first down.
Now, this is
big
maybe
play
going
right
for it.
here.
Yeah, you go for it here. Because if you don't get it, you're only Susquehanna Township be on the 25-yard line. So they're 25. So actually, this is not a bad call here. See if you can get them, and maybe you can draw them off or try to see if you can get it.
Oh, Pollard stays on his feet, but if he wrestled down, he doesn't appear to get it at all. And a great defensive stop. Jameer Thomas came up to make the initial hit. Seth Lindsay, I thought, came up and also made a hit. But it took a gang of Susquehanna Tribe to make the tackle. Also, Devin Evans in on the tackle.
We know how Devin Evans is. Just what you saw, which was in a play like that, you saw no real surge by the offensive line for CD East. That defense did a very good job stoning the running back, stolen Paul. He had nowhere to go.
If we can just see it one more time. Take a look at the bodies on bodies and here one more time. This is what you call football on Friday night. Look at this up front line. You'll get it here. Look at the bodies. Look at the bodies. Boom, boom. They're not done yet. Boom.
And
That's
Pollard was
football
fighting,
right there.
man. Pollard was fighting for every inch, and again,
Baby, that is football right there.
That defense did a good job.
First down and 10. Ball on the 26-yard line of Susquehanna Township. Kent's going to run. Boy, I tell you what, he's taking some hits tonight. He's putting his head down, and Rivers come up to make the tackle, and Ramos. And you see him put his head down, and man, you wonder how many times a quarterback takes a shot.
Exactly.
Like
Ramos comes up, makes a good play, and you don't want to duck your head. I mean, you want to be able to lower your shoulder, but nowadays, you got to protect that head. So, maybe coaches can get on him, communicate to him what he needs to do, protect himself.
Let's see if Susquehanna Township goes to the slot. A few times I've seen their tight end. I thought they're going to go out. It didn't even look like Terrell Seegers was ready for that play.
Well, if you saw it, Central Dauphin East was in a cover too. That a swing pass or a pass like that is not good against a cover two because you have a cornerback just sitting there. They're sitting there waiting in that 5-yard gap. They're responsible for any outs or any. They're not playing deep third at that point because they have safety help. So. That play could have been blown up if it was completed. So it was good. It was probably good for Susquehanna Township that it wasn't.
Third down and 12. Susquehanna on a 24-yard line. 2:10 here to play before half. They're trying to get another opportunity to get on the board. Kent back to pass with time. Looking downfield is going to overthrow his receiver. Bobby Presley was the intended receiver on the play. And Tyree Newton had coverage.
What you do see from Kent, though, is when he does miss, he does seem to miss high downfield. Sometimes he seems to go real high or the ball floats really high in the air. And in that play, you definitely want to touch up that accuracy downfield. Because he has the athletes. I mean, they're getting open down there.
Well, he's going to get the ball back with time and with 2 timeouts. Rucker gets a good punt off, decent punt off. It's going to be picked up by McKinney. McKinney across 45-yard line, and he'll be wrestled down by Jameer Moody Thomas, they call him.
And again, we have another defense of effort, very good defensive effort from CD East. So, again, these defenses in the second quarter, that's what it's been all about, defense. First quarter was about penalties. It was both teams were getting penalized a lot. Second quarter, defense. The defenses have kicked it up a notch or two, and now neither offenses can get anything going, even when the field position is in their favor. I mean, we see the last offensive opportunity for CD East, they had the ball closing in on the red zone and couldn't even move it.
You're right. I mean, that is definitely the first half in a nutshell. It's been good field position for both teams. But defense have held up tonight. Everson's going to roll out. Boy, he's quick. Shifty and quick.
But, again, defense wins out. All that shiftiness, he got, 1 yard? 1 or 2 yards?
I tell you what, I'm going to give a shout-out right now to sophomore Andre Wright Jr., 32. He's come up as a linebacker position. He has made some plays tonight. That's his 5th tackle. And I tell you what, he is playing some sensational football as a young guy. He's a big, solid player. And that's a sophomore to watch. Put him on your watch list.
Well, we knew that Susquehanna Township could do this. We knew East could do it as well, but we saw it. Susquehanna Township can play some really good defense.
Everson to Pollard. Pollard finds a way to catch that ball. Was thrown kind of behind him. He turns and spins. That just shows you the athletic ability. On the run, turns and catches and makes that play.
Yeah, Pollard's having a really good game, and I mean he's going to be sitting in ice after this one because he's running the ball, catching the ball, he's making plays, tackling. Overall, good game.
Tell you what, I know a lot of those kids in that section. I tell you, they're getting plenty of prime time here on ABC 27.
They get a lot of prime time.
They get a lot of prime time.
Well, hey, they're celebrities. They're a celebrity group down there.
1:14 to play, first down. 10 ball on the 37-yard line. East looking to try to put another one on the board. Everson back to pass. Time rolling. Flags down. Probably be holding.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably holding as well.
Barron McKinney caught the pass, but the flags are down. Looks like it's going to be holding against Central Dauphin East.
So that was
that'll
close.
bring that play back.
That was close to first down yardage, but again, a penalty negates. So sometimes you're going to have situations where defense holds or a penalty negates a big offensive play. So that's what we're seeing here today.
Fans coming up right at halftime, our high mark halftime report with Archie and Jerome, and our Brenner Family Dealership halftime stats. Also, Charlie Fortney's interview with Carl Hoffman and Vice President of the Pan Am Foundation right at halftime, so don't go anywhere. Flags down, win against East, that's holding. First down and 10, ball on a 37-yard line, 1:05 to play. And it's been a deep, I tell you what, hats off to both defenses in the first half. We'll see what the chalkboard talk is coming out from halftime. Great pressure from Willie Davis. Davis makes that play, and I think, believe me or not, that play got blown up because Willie Davis's pursuit. Willie Davis is a guy often you don't hear mentioned, number 9, but Willie Davis is a sensational player showing speed. He's brought pressure on that backside on Kane Everson all night. You'll take another look at it. Here it is. Here, he fights off the tackle. Look at this. He's going to stay with it. Just stay with it. Stay with it. And then a good defensive play on the other side by Bobby Presley.
Good athleticism to keep up with Everson, and that's what he did. He kept up with Everson and was able to run him down and force the quarterback into a difficult throw.
57 seconds on the clock here before half. It'll be 57 seconds, second down, 27. Halftime coming up, our high mark halftime report. Our Brenner Family Dealership of stat report as well. McKinney bounces out across the 50, stays on his feet. Andre White Jr. will push him out of bounds. And I said White was a junior, or a sophomore. He's actually a junior. Second down. It's going to be third down. About 14, call it. Ball will be spotted on the 46-yard line. 48 seconds to go here before half.
But we want to see, maybe get McKinney the ball more. That junior, 5'9", 160, very shifty on the outside. They definitely want to get him started. Again, plethora of athletes on the CD East offense.
Everson sliding sideways. It'll be wrestled down. The ball's going to be up for grabs. It's going to be intercepted.
And he is drilled. Everson got pasted on that play, and he is down right now. The quarterback for City East took a shot when he delivered that ball, and now they're attending to him on the field.
That ball was actually picked off by Trace Hill, and look who it is, Seth Lindsay, and Seth Lindsay drives him. Seth Lindsay's a big kid. That's Trey Neal on the reception, or the interception. And at least it's a stop, 35 seconds. We'll see what Susquehanna Township does with the ball when they come back. But man, oh man, it was thrown up for grabs, and it was just a shot.
Yeah, Everson, after he released it, he was driven into the ground. So I hope that young man is okay. He's being tended to on the field.
We'll come right back after these messages with our injury timeout.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Well, 35 seconds, and we're glad to note that Kane Everson, after taking that shot, did get up and.
Yeah, that was a shot, man. I mean, he just tossed it, and then bam, he was on the ground. So
and he's a smaller quarterback, and I tell you what, Seth Lindsay's a big kid. I mean, he's a big, strong kid. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. Mm-hmm. I think all that weight coming down on that shoulder, and I thought it was his shoulder. It's not his throwing shoulder; it's his right shoulder, but that. And still, separate that shoulder. You hope nothing like that happened.
Yeah, anytime a quarterback or any ball carrier gets driven into the ground, there's always a possibility of something wrong happening or bad happening for them injury-wise.
Fake on the jet sweep. Canton will roll to the left side. He'll stay on his feet. Hickerson Rooks will push him out of bounds. And there's a flag now.
Definitely have a lot of laundry on the field today. And I know both of these coaches will not be happy with that because what you're seeing is, anything you get going positive forward, it's coming right back.
So we'll see what this play is. There's 26 seconds here in halftime. It's going to be a face mask. That's going to go against East. It's an incidental, so it'll be 5 yards. And again, that'll go against East. So that's going to move the chains. It'll be a first down for Susquehanna Township with 26 seconds to play here before half.
We got head coach for CDE's Aaron Blandon. It's fourth year out of Elizabeth College, taking this program, and they've always, the past 4 years, CD East has been on the map. Man.
Oh, no doubt about it.
They are a hard out for any team that plays them in their league, out of conference or in conference.
Trail Seegers up the middle, and I wonder if that'll be the last play here for Susquehanna Township. Will they try to put another one in there? It looks like they'll be content going into half down 10-6. We've had a really physical first half play. That's the best way to describe what we've seen here tonight. Susquehanna Township's going to take a timeout here with 5 seconds to go. We'll stay right here and talk a little bit about, 5 seconds here. I don't know. I mean, what are you thinking?
You could try Hail Mary at this point. But I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Heaton just decides to take it in halftime. You're in a good situation. It's 10-6, so you score a touchdown and you're up 2 points. But the kicking game could be an issue. If it comes down to trying to win by kicking, that could be a problem for you. So you got to try to score touchdowns and really get some distance.
Hey, Chad, can we do an advanced hoops read before they come off the field here? Advanced Hoops 3D Fall Training starts this week, the weekend of September the 10th. Over 300 players from 5th to 12th grade will be training and competing with Advanced Hoops professional coaches for 10 weeks. This is a great opportunity to prepare your player for the winning season. Go to advancedhoops.com for more. All right, we're back in play here. 5 seconds to go. Second down and 7 for Susquehanna Township. Low snap. Going to be whistle. I'm not sure, Jerome. We've had
timeout. I think it's a timeout for CDs.
East is going to take a timeout.
Yeah,
this is a long 5 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, fans, if you're home, stay tuned for our halftime report. Our High Mark halftime report with Archie and Jerome joining us in the booth. Our Brenner Family dealership of halftime stats. We'll get that all cleared out for you. Also, Advanced Hoops Director Charlie Fortney will interview Carl Hoffman, the Vice President of the Pan Rim Foundation. That's all coming up at halftime, 10-6 here. We'll get everything sorted out. Now on the clock here, on the home clock, it says 12 minutes as if time has expired, but that's not the case. Our clock is lined with the home clock. There should be 3 seconds, 3 ticks left if I'm not mistaken, Jerome, so we'll probably have to keep it here ourselves, but it'll be about 3 seconds. Second down and 7. The ball's on the 40-yard line. We don't know what we'll see here. It doesn't take but a snap to make a play, does it, Jerome?
That's exactly right. So you don't know what we're going to see.
Okay, next week coming up, we got a nice one, Lower Dauphin at Cedar Cliff, 7 o'clock start on the 23rd next week. Low snap, give to Seegers. Seegers bouncing through, looking for room. He'll be wrestled down. Well, basically the whole defense just came up to make a tackle. And that's going to be it here. 10-6 after one half in the books. We'll have more coming up. Stay tuned for our High Mark halftime report. Joining us, Jerome and Archie will be joining us in the booth. We'll be right back with our halftime report after these messages.
HoffmanFord.com. Turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the new.
These past
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers. All Giant produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad.
I hope it was worth it. I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
No regrets.
If only she parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Erie Insurance.
For all
report, we're going to kick it to Charlie Fortney with our interview, and we'll be right back to Charlie's interview.
Sosa. Battery, Chris Hammer, Brittany Arnsberger, and Emily Warfield. Front ensemble, Mariah Johnson and Luke Cagnow. Color guard, Alasia Wilson.
I'm here with Dr. Carl Huffman from the Pan Ram Foundation. Dr. Carl is the vice president of the Pan Ram Foundation. It is an organization that was designed to benefit CD Rams and the CD Panthers equally. Dr. Huffman, talk a little bit about the idea of the Pan Ram Foundation and why this was created for the district.
Well, there was a lot of people that came together, both from CD East and from Central Dauphin, that wanted to do something great for the whole school district. So we formed a foundation, and we have a lot of different activities that we try to financially support through the district, and we do a lot of fundraising, and we also like to go out and see if we can get funds from the graduates of these two high schools.
And I'm very proud. I mean, High School Sports Live had an opportunity to be a donor last year, and we're going to be again this year. But talk about one of the projects that you're doing right now that can benefit possibly both school districts.
Well, we have a big turf project that we're raising funds for. Central Dauphin just put a brand new turf on the high school field here, and we want to create two fields, one at Central Dauphin East High School, one at Central Dauphin High School, so that we can have athletic activities occur right at the high schools, along with the new turf here at the stadium.
Dr. Carl, thanks for your time. We're flashing up on the screen the Pan Ram Foundation. If anybody wants to donate to the Pan Ram Foundation, don't hesitate. It's a great cause. It benefits students in the entire Central Dauphin School District. Coming up now is a halftime report with Archie Smith, Tom McCall, and Jerome Presley.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
HoffmanFord.com. Turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad.
I hope it was working. I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
If only she parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today, because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back to Roscoe Field in our Highmark halftime report. I'm here with Archie Smith, Jerome Presley. Susquehanna Township down by 4. Central Dauphin East right now, 10-6 lead. Archie, going inside, if you're the offensive coordinator right now, let's just talk offensively for Susquehanna Township. What are some of the things you're probably going to look to do here if you're a Susquehanna Township offensive coordinator?
Well, I want to come out. I want to try to sustain a drive. I want to try to get 3 yards to 4 yards here and keep my offense on the field, keep my defense off the field. We have big playability, and Central Dauphin defense is playing good defense and stopping the big play. So now you have to revert and trying to get a little yardage here, a little yardage here, sustain a drive. Susquehanna's biggest thing now is to sustain a drive.
And if we're talking about Marshall Kent, the quarterback, he's been a threat on the run tonight, but passing-wise, what have you seen you're down on the field?
Well, what I'm seeing is he's throwing the deep ball, and he's missing a lot of passes high. So as an offensive coordinator, I want to calm him down, and I want to get him in a rhythm. And by getting him in a rhythm, I want to hit the stop routes. I want to hit the slant routes. I want to hit the out routes. I want to hit the intermediate routes, the little 3 to 4, 5 yard routes. To get him in a rhythm, he has big play as he can run the ball. But now the biggest thing for Susquehanna is to get our quarterback in a rhythm.
All right, Central Dauphin East, they found Pollard tonight. Tyshawn Pollard comes back after 2 games. Jerome, if you're the offensive coordinator at East, because we've talked about defense, we've had defense tonight. I'm putting you in the huddle tonight. You're calling the plays. What are you going to do if you're on that other side of the Panther ball?
Well, you said it, Pollard. Tyshawn Pollard, give him the ball out of the backfield, throw to him. The one thing he does very well is he sustains your offense and sustains drives for you, and he's getting the hard yardage. That will allow you to open up the game for your sprinters on the outside to get downfield. So run the ball, establish the line of scrimmage, and then allow that to open up the offense so that your receivers can get more involved.
All right, you heard it very much. Don't go anywhere. Coming right back up, we'll get inside our Brenner Family Dealership stat game, and we'll come right back after these messages, second half too as well.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
HoffmanFord.com. Turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad.
I hope it was worth it. I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
If only she parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Erie Insurance.
All right, welcome back to our Brenner Family Dealership and our Highmark Halftime Report. This is our Brenner Family Dealership stats. Jerome, looking in here, 172, 106. It got a little bit more balanced. Look at the rushing yards, though. Yeah. 77 to 26. When you look at that board, standing out to you right now, our Family Dealership board coming up right here, what passing-wise, 95, 81, it's starting to look really balanced. But look at the penalties.
Yeah, penalties are big, and in the rushing games, the rushing yard is big. I mean, for Central Dauphin East to have 77, Susquehanna has 26. That means they haven't gotten the running game going at all. So I think their defense is doing good. Holding Susquehanna CD East to 77 yards in a half is not a bad thing, but you being held to 26.
Right.
Then you talk about the penalties. East actually has more penalties, 7 penalties for 63 yards versus 5 penalties for 50 yards. So that gives a little bit of sloppy game. So you got to see if you can pull this in. The passing yards are pretty even, but as you can see, there's not a lot of offense right now. Defense is dominating, with the exception of those 2 big plays from each team. There really hasn't been much offense.
And, you know, look at the third down conversions, too. 0 for 6 on the East.
0 for 6 for East.
You know what? That doesn't really stand out. I didn't notice that in the first half, and I'm not sure if the viewers would have noticed that, but you got a big play touchdown, if you remember. You got Pollard with that big play touchdown. They had a field goal in the red zone.
Right.
But really, more importantly, it has been a defensive battle. Now, East gets the ball to start the second half. That's crucial in this juncture of the game at 10-6. If you're Susquehanna Township and you do score, are you going to bring your kicker back on, or are you going to go 2-point conversion?
It all depends on what kind of faith Heaton has on his kicker. I mean, if he feels the need to, or he feels confident in trying to continue to get that going, he can go ahead. But if not, go for 2.
Well, Jerome, let's take a look at our first half highlights, and we had plenty of good hits. Right away, when East had their first opportunity to score, there was a beautiful ball right there, thrown perfectly on the money. And look at Everson, Kane Everson's throw. He had time, delivered it perfectly, and that's the difference in Tyshawn Pollard. And then right here, a big block, Jalik Smith getting loose, and he manages to stay in bounds, which is beautiful footwork down the sideline, and that just erupted this Susquehanna Township crowd in the first half. That made it 7-6. And again, one more look, a beautiful view of it here. And you know, you saw that Pollard come over to make that tackle, and you can't really two-hand a nice shifty back like that, can you?
Well,
you got to wrap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was able. He just was trying to push him out of balance instead of tackle him, and I think that's what happened. He thought he had him out of balance, and he didn't, and then it kind of was like, oh shoot, I'm not going to catch him. So again, defense has won the first half. Both teams definitely want to take those penalties down because it's really hurting them offensively. But hey, it's a good game right now. 10-6, that's winnable either side.
All right, when we come right back, we're going to take a look at the cheerleaders involved in a giant fight. Stay tuned. The Susquehanna cheerleaders and all across the area, giant food fight. We'll see our cheerleaders as they come up here, the enthusiastic things that the community does here, giving back in High School Sports Live. We'll be right back with our second half action coming right up.
Or.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA.
High School Sports Live, in partnership with 27 News, is proud to present live on TV Central Dauphin Panthers and the Susquehanna Township Indians. The broadcast is brought to you by your premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, and Hoffman Ford. I'm Todd McCall. Good evening, everyone, along with Jerome Presley, our play-by-play guy. Sideline analyst Archie Smith Jr. will be joining us later. And really coming into this game, this is a slugfest.
Welcome back to Roscoe Warner Field, second half action. Central Dauphin East, Panthers 10, Susquehanna Township 6. And we're going to go to the cheerleaders right now. The Susquehanna Township cheerleaders before the game are Central PA Food Bank Barrel. They're filling it up here. Let's take a look at our cheerleaders for Susquehanna Township. We appreciate their efforts.
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool for the girls to, to do that, and for the school to be involved in this process along with Giant.
And then they'll go to a little cheer here. They're going to put a little cheer together for the community and everyone. It continues giving to the Central PA Food Bank. Look at the smiles on the ladies' faces. It's nice to see. And there they go. And we'll stay tuned. Coming right back up, our second half action. Central Dauphin East 10, Susquehanna Township 6. Second half action right after these messages.
Or.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess.
My Giant.
Save big on all of your game day favorites.
Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
HoffmanFord.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad.
I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
No regrets. If only she parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back to a beautiful night in central Pennsylvania. And I mentioned earlier that all over, really in the 50 states, especially the 48 land continental states, Friday night is one of the most important nights from August to November in our whole country.
It is. I mean, it brings communities together.
It does.
I mean, you have grandparents coming out, kids, relatives of the players. And it's a community event. So right now, all across the country is high school football, and there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? It really is nothing like it, and it just brings the community together. It's very fun, and I'm just so happy and blessed and thankful to be able to be a part of it. Even now, after my playing days were long gone.
Start of the third quarter, Rucker will kick off.
Kickoff return by number 44,
Dauphin Pitts will take it back to the left side. 11:55 to play. Started just the fresh start of the third quarter. 10-6. First down and 10. The ball will be on the 36-yard line for East.
And we have a score update. Central Dauphin versus Wilson West Lawn. Central Dauphin was up to 16 to 3, I believe it is. So right now they're up on
That's unbelievable.
Wilson.
They're beating Wilson right now.
Well, they've played Wilson pretty tough. I mean, they've been doing well against them. So right now they're up.
Kane Everson's back in the game. That's good to know. He went down in the first half. The ball's going to strip out, and that's going to be a turnover. And that's going to look who comes up with it. Seth Lindsay. There's flags on the play. That ball got stripped, and I wonder if it was Willie Davis this time that stripped it, because he's been all night. He's been working on that. And the face mask is negated. Susquehanna Township will have the ball.
It was holding.
It was a holding play. Excuse me. I take that back. It was holding. And that's going to go against East, but that'll be declined, and look at the turnover. Let's see who strips it here, Jerome.
Yeah, just good defense. We talked about this early in the first half. Again, one of the hardest plays to have is when you're going down. That is probably the most opportune time to strip the ball because, you're trying to brace your fall a little bit if you can. And right there you see, number 15, Brandon Hickerson-Rooks, who has not carried the ball a lot today.
Right.
He gets a carry, first carry of the half, and the ball stripped from him.
Jameer Moody Thomas come up with a strip, and Seth Lindsay on the recovery. Susquehanna Township with the ball, first down and 10. Oh, boy, Kent took a shot in the leg. Boy, oh, boy, that's one of those where you can tell that hurt. He's going to get up a little bit slow. You got to watch. People don't realize that pad, that thigh pad doesn't cover really completely all around. And you take a helmet to that little bit of bone that runs down the side of your leg there, and I tell you what,
and that
hurts.
That's the other senior, Jeremiah Christian, comes up, makes the play defensively. So you see that defense again for CD East is really showing their form.
Second down and 11. You hear the O-line chant for Susquehanna Township. The give is to Seegers on the left side. He's still on his feet, dragging the pile.
And we have an injured player down.
We have somebody down, but look here. You see Seegers pushing through. Look, thought he was down and kept, oh my goodness, pushing, shoving, running, and look, getting help from Jalik Smith. And Bowler manages more, misses a tackle early. Boger and everybody's involved in place. Ramos involved and missed tackle. Boom, he runs over Kane Everson. Now you wonder, right there, that last shot where he put his shoulder down, he ran over the quarterback, and I wondered who's down. Was that Kane Everson that went down?
It's Brandon Hickerson-Rooks that's down.
Oh, man, we hate to see that. We can see, can we see it one more time if we look at the replay? Watch at the late end of it. You'll see where Seegers puts his shoulder down. Okay, so he'll break a tackle here. There's more. He misses a tackle. Boger and the guys go to grab him. Brooks goes down. Hickerson-Rooks goes down, and it looks awful. And then he runs over the quarterback, Kane Everson, still on his feet. But it looked like an ankle maybe or a knee.
Hickerson-Rooks, no. It looked like it was a non-contact. He didn't engage in the tackle. He was getting ready to set up to do it, and something went wrong there. So he immediately went grabbing for his leg. So hopefully it's not too bad of a situation for him.
Well, we'll take a little bit of break, and we'll be right back after those messages.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Well, you see, this is a good sign. Brandon Hickerson-Rooks coming off the field walking, but man, Jerome, that's a you don't want to see any injuries.
No,
and
no.
In particular, this kid is an absolute athlete who will be playing at the next level.
Right. You're talking about the heart and soul of the defense. So I think he's trying to, whatever it is, he's trying to work it out right now. But you can tell he's in some pain right now. So let's hope for that young man that he can make a recovery. We never want to see injuries. I mean, it's inevitable with injuries when you play this sport. But, you want to be able to get out of these games without any big injuries. And we saw that last week in Susquehanna Township. They had two players on one play went down, a big injury there. So,
first and 10, give to Seegers at the 28-yard line. He'll push, and he's going to lose yards. Drugged down. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what that chop block on Susquehanna Township.
And for those at home that don't know what a chop block is, basically if a defender is engaged with an offensive lineman, another offensive lineman cannot come along the side and go low. So basically it's a setup block that is illegal. So in that situation, it can be dangerous, but it's also one that will be called, and it is a call called a chop block.
Going to move him back 15 It'll be first down and 10 for Susquehanna. Long count for Kent. Kent looking over. Jalik Smith will catch it and be knocked out of bounds.
Pass complete to number 2, Jalik Smith. Taken out of bounds by number 4, Tyree Newton.
It's good to see Jalik Smith back in the lineup. He was out last week. And I can see the difference having him now in right. Two good athletes in that receiving core. Susquehanna Township has their share of good athletes as well as East. Right in motion. Second and 24. Kent looking back, throwing downfield, is going to overthrow it. Got to be careful because I'll tell you what, the athlete that the Polar is, he can get his hands on it.
You have to do something offensively to get him out of center field like that. Because right now, he is going to really have an impact on any long balls you throw if he's sitting back there like that. He seems to read coverage very well, or read the receivers very well, and he's there. So if that ball would have been on the money, he would have had an opportunity for another interception.
And returning room once he gets his forward progress stopped and turned. You don't want him running full speed ahead with open ground. Third and 24 for Susquehanna. Kent quick out here to Jalik Smith, and he'll be wrestled down and tackled. Tyree Newton on the tackle.
Well, one of the things that Archie talked about at halftime was Susquehanna Township being able to sustain a drive. And again, they had an opportunity, and the drive fizzles. And that's what you saw from both of these clubs. Their drives are fizzling every time. They may get a positive gain on first down, maybe even on second down, and then it's done. And then they have to punt or something else happens that they can't sustain the drive. So both of these clubs probably have the same problem. It just so happens that for East, they're ahead.
Rucker set to punt. Susquehanna Township. And it's going to roll in the end zone, and Central Dauphin East will have the ball at their 20-yard line.
Rucker's punt goes into the end zone.
With 9:20 to play.
It will be first and 10 Panthers at their own 20-yard line.
Take that back.
9:20 to play here. First down and 10. There's Trey Seeger's a good shot of him. He had 10 carries, 31 yards. He had a longest play of 15 yards tonight. That was his first half carries.
Mm-hmm. So now we'll see East get the ball back and see if they can sustain anything as well. I mean, again, we talked about it consistently. This has been a defensive game. After the two big explosive plays that happened, each team had one to get us to a 10-6 score.
Running hard is Gibson on the left side. And Bobby Presley will come up to make the tackle with some help. 9:07 to play. Second down and 10. The ball will be on the 20-yard line for East.
Number 10, John Gibson on the carry. Second down and 7 for the Panthers.
What do you see Susquehanna doing defensively, Jerome?
Well, I mean, I think they're just tackling well. I mean, they're filling the lanes pretty good. Other than Pollard, I mean, in the run game, they seem to be tackling or gang tackling to the ball. So scheme-wise, it's not so much of that. It just seems like they're just flowing to the ball and tackling well, like we saw last week. And I think you're seeing it both sides because CD East is doing the same thing. And they're making every yard hard to gain. And neither of these teams right now are able to sustain drives to keep them going. So now CD East got a first down. So they ran the ball, got a first down. You may have to do that before you can go big again up top.
Hickerson Rooks is back in the game. He ran to the right side there, tackled by Bobby Presley. It's good to see him back on the field running hard, so we know that he's going to be okay. Everson with pressure. Elusive, bouncing outside. And Jameer Thomas coming up to make the tackle.
Oh, and I know CD East is very happy to see Hickerson Rooks back. I mean, because when he went down, and looking at it from the replay, I was worried that this could be a serious injury, and for him to come back in, and he seems like he's walking around pretty good. I know there's a sigh of relief from the coaching staff and players and parents and fans of CD East that he's back in the field.
2nd down and 9. Ball on the 31-yard line. 7:30 to play here in the third quarter. Hickerson Rook is on the right side, running hard. Jacoby Pate will have to come up to make the tackle.
And again, we didn't see a lot of him in the first half running the ball because they've had Pollard now. I mean, they have a pretty decent 1-2 punch, but again, sustained offense is starting to happen for CD East. And what is it happening? Where is it happening from? The running game. They are running the ball, making a conscious effort to dominate the line of scrimmage. That's what you do when you run the ball.
1st and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. Chains removed by Hickerson Rooks. It gives us Moore on the right side. Now Moore, Bobby Presley coming up to make this solo tackle. We have a different quarterback change, and that was Jalen Hawthorne as the backup quarterback, a junior, 6'1", 175. He came in, went directly under center, and gave the ball to Moore. And you'll see he's in now in this drive. So Hawthorne is the quarterback for East.
There you get a good look at that Susquehanna defense up close.
Hickerson Rooks up the middle. Ronye Mitchell making the tackle with some help, but man, oh man, you meet that big guy up the middle, 55, and I tell you what, he blocks a hole, does he not?
It looks like Lucas Waters was on that play too, the backup quarterback.
Ronye Mitchell, look at his size for the senior, 6'5", 280 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, if that's not big college size.
That's definitely good size. And that's right, Kane Fullerton, sorry about that, was on the tackle. The 6'2", 210-pound defensive lineman up front for East, or for Susquehanna Township.
A lot of size on that Susquehanna defensive line.
And they rotate. They have different players that can come in there, and that's what you need.
Hawthorne's pass is complete to Pollard.
He's going to be close to a first down, but
yeah,
maybe a little short.
Just looks like he's shy of it where the marker is now. East is indicating that they think they have it.
I think he's about a yard short.
Yeah, you got a good yard short. And that's going to bring a 4th down and 1 for East. Let's take another look at it here. Quick for Hawthorne, throwing it out here. Pollard. Yeah, he was short.
Yeah, I would definitely give Pollard some work. He really showed some good stuff, but I do like the 1-2 punch that they're doing right now. Pollard on one side, and then bringing Hickerson Rooks in, a power back on the other side. I mean, you figure he's 220 pounds running the ball.
Everson came back in the game. He's going to keep it. And where will the marker be?
His second effort may have gotten it.
Oh, man, that's going to be
close. It all depends on where the officials spot it.
Of course, Susquehanna's coaching staff says no. We're going to have to clean this pile up to see where it was. I don't know, Jerome.
It's hard to see from that angle, so it all depends. They're going to measure.
We're going to measure here. They're going to bring the chains out.
I thought the second effort made it possibly doable, but again, you put it in the hands of a 160-pound quarterback as opposed to one of your bruisers in the back.
We'll see. Here come the chains. Here comes. They're making their movement out. We'll take a look now. This
will be interesting. This is a momentum shifter.
You know what you got to do when you're in the red jersey. You got to point the other way. You got to believe, don't you? Got to believe.
You just believe.
I'm telling you, I saw it with my own eyes when you're in the red jersey. You will it. And they held them again. Susquehanna Township coming up with a big second half hold.
But again, putting a short yardage situation in the hands of a very small quarterback, and you saw extremely good surge up front. Number 12 for Susquehanna Township, Kane Fullerton. Yeah. He really shot in there, and they just shot the gaps. And you saw, when you see a quarterback's first initial movement to go backwards, that's when you know something's not right.
And Jameer Thomas, 25 in Susquehanna Township, came up, and you saw his surge pushing back. He's very physical, and I tell you what, Kane Everson gives a lot of weight up to those guys. Here's one of the concerns I saw. Everson's playing both sides of the field, and I've seen him take some hits on the defense. where people have lowered shoulders on them. You wonder how long you allow your quarterback to take those type of hits.
Well, you don't want that to happen, of course. But
first down and 10 for Susquehanna Township, 4:49 to play. Ball spot on the 48-yard line. The give is to Seegers, running full speed across the 50-yard line, and he'll be knocked out of bounds. I don't know. I like the back. I've always liked Trail Seegers. He's a senior. I mean, he's a hard runner. He runs hard, squares his shoulders. Go back to him again here, Jerome.
I mean, the key is, can you continue to use, stay within the mode of running the ball. I think one of the things that Heaton wants to do, especially coming off of last year's team, is you want to throw the ball. You want to get big chunks of yards. When you have athletes like this, you definitely want to do that. But, again, the commitment to the running game for both of these teams will always be important. And, again, it's easier to run block for your offensive linemen. They seem to like that a little more than pass blockers.
Second down and 6. Boy, Mekhi Moore came up and laid the wood. We take another look at this play. We have an instant replay. I want you to take a look at Moore.
We see an instant replay of that one?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely big-time defense right there.
Now take a look. Take a look here. Say, Seegers, now look at his hit. Boom! Oh, my goodness. Moore
you're talking about shedding the block and then coming up making a solid tackle for a little minimal gain.
If you're watching at home on how to play defense as a defensive end, tell me that's not a picture-perfect way to play
hit,
that spot.
Drive to the ground.
And then not leading with the head, shoulder down. Again. Third down and 5, 4:09. Seegers in motion. Look like they're going to dump. They fake the dump and throws it over Brian Gardner, the intended receiver. Everson, Pollard back in coverage. 4:02 to play. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 5.
So, again, we see Susquehanna Township's defense hold. CD East defense does the exact same thing on the other end, brings up a 4th down. So both of these defenses continuing to dominate the game right now. And it's interesting. I mean, I would not be surprised if this score would hold just like this. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
I mean, tonight, defensive effort has been fantastic if you're watching. 4th down and 5 for Susquehanna Township. Big 4th down. Fulton in motion. All looked like it was going to be designed at all points in time for Kent to keep it. Look who comes up and makes the sack, and that's Moore with help by Ramos. And they're going to turn it over on down. Central Dauphin East will have the ball.
And you talk about those two bookends. You got Moore on one side, 6'2", 230, and then you have Hickerson Rooks, 6 foot, 220. Those are 225. Those are two really good bookends for the CD East defense, and they've been doing amazing today. I mean, they've really had good games today.
I'm going to give a shout-out right now to Mekhi Moore. Mm-hmm. I've seen him make several defensive plays that you see on Saturdays.
Oh yeah, the two
big
seniors,
time
man.
On Saturdays.
The two
big
seniors,
time on Saturdays.
I mean, they're gonna wreak havoc on the league. I mean, when you have those two good size for them for high school defensive ends in a four-man front. I mean, these guys are playing some good football. But you're seeing it on the other side too. We're seeing two defenses that are really doing good, as we see just now.
And we got flags down on the play. Travis Jensen came up to make the tackle on Pollard, but flags are down. They'll be holding against East. That's going to move him back. You just get a feel, Jerome, that, and it goes back to what you said. You just get a feel like, where will that big play come from? Will that big play come from special teams? You get this 10-6 deadlock defensive just battle.
When was the last time we saw a big play? that was the first quarter?
First quarter?
I mean, big plays have been minimal after that.
First down and 20. The ball will be spotted on the 44-yard line. 3:49 here in the third quarter. Time's ticking away pretty fast in the third quarter. Everson rolling. Getting chased by Bobby Presley. Oh, man.
Again, just solid defense. Once again, very impressed with both teams. Susquehanna Township, they've shown they can do this. And again, can they do enough offensively to change that 6 to more points? Because right now they hold and they can't do anything, and they're the team that's down. So good defense is great, but you can't sustain anything offensively to get you out of this and get points on the board for you.
Second down 18, ball on the 48-yard line. Everson with the snap. He fires to Pollard. Pollard's going to break a tackle or two across the 50-yard line.
They're sticking out there, aren't they?
Oh, my goodness. Jacoby Pate and Jameer Thomas came up to make the tackle. 3:22, third down and 13. Susquehanna Township defense trying to get the tribe behind them. You're hearing the stands, the tribe here in the stands getting a little more stirred. And it is kind of a stir-crazy feeling right now in this game, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at your playbook as an offensive coordinator wondering, okay, what can I try here that can work? It's 3rd and 13. You don't have tons of, what plays do you have to dial up for 3rd and 13? So you got to see if you can get something going. You're trying a lot of different things, and right now, Susquehanna's defense is just really doing a good job.
Pressure by Willie Davis. Everson's going to fire and throw, and the ball is going to be broken up, and it'll be a 4th down and 13. And entering the game is Antony Morrell, a senior, 5'10". Now, that's the first play that I saw him come in and play. He'll break up that pass.
This was a good defensive play. That's how you play corner against a guy that's taller than you. You just have to climb the ladder and go up there and swat that ball down, and that's what you saw. He wanted that, and he made a good defensive play.
That is a great play.
Against size difference. We talked about Danner being 6'5", 200 pounds.
Right.
I mean, that's a good play. And you know me, I like corners. That's my position, man.
Played, my friend. He got up there with the left hand, too. Got the inside on the body. Used his body well.
Almost had the pick.
And almost had a pick. 4th down. 13. Flags down.
Another penalty.
Looks like it's going to be movement on the right side of the east, if I'm not mistaken. Or will that go against Susquehanna?
Oh, Susquehanna.
Oh, that's against Susquehanna. Susquehanna lined up offsides.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it will change anything for CDs.
It'll be 4th down and 8. The ball at the 47-yard line.
Right.
Still a long 8.
Yeah, I figured he was still, Aaron Blandon would still punt that ball because your defense is playing so well. Now it's more about field position.
Our boy Pate almost got back here and blocked it, and that weird kick that takes a Susquehanna roll, going to roll all the way up past the 30. Man, oh man. So
well, you see the spin on that ball, and when it's spinning the way it is over top of each other, when it hits the ground, it bounces back. So that's one of those situations that punters learn. They want to get that spiral so that when it hits, it keeps going forward. But this time, the trajectory changed, and again, it gave field position back to Susquehanna Township.
Well, 2:33, 1st down and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. Susquehanna's going to talk it over a little bit here. And right now, you just have a feeling, you're looking for your second win of the season. Tough loss at Central Dauphin last week. Your offense coming onto the field. You wonder what Kent's saying to him. Boys, let's get down the field and score here.
And you're going against a very good defense. Let's put that out there.
I tell you what, I'm going on the record to say it's one of the best I've seen in a while.
This defense is good. They are tough.
Jet sweep. Give to Jalik Smith. Jalik Smith picking up yardage, crossing over just shy of the 50-yard line, being knocked out of bounds. The jet sweep, great call, getting Jalik Smith, a very good athlete, to ball.
Sometimes against a defense that has good penetration is to get misdirection, and that's what you saw. A nice sweep coming the other way, gets the running back upfield, and number 2, McKinney, gets upfield and does a good job of getting north-south.
And Hawthorne came over and pounded him out of bounds. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for Susquehanna. The ball on the 33-yard line. A couple minutes left here in the third quarter action. Not sure what the holdup is.
It looks like the official is holding it up for some reason, but gives both teams a little break. They're going to be sorted tonight, man. There's a lot of hitting going on here.
Well, you wonder what in the world is going on here because, when your offense starts getting a little bit of a
exactly that momentum.
You can see the Tribe being a little bit frustrated with it because that really stops. They have that ebb and flow where they like to just keep moving, and this is holding up. Okay, all right, we're ready to play. First down and 10, ball on the 47-yard line. Ari Wright went in motion. Seegers fumbled it, but Kent picked it up and managed to make something out of it. Now there's going to be a flag down. Somehow managed to make a play out of it. Let's take a look again. Look at this. Seegers fumbles it. Kent wisely picks it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the holding.
All right,
this is what both teams are doing. They'll have a decent play. Decent, not spectacular, decent play, 10-yard gain. Penalty almost right after.
Right.
And again, it just, all the momentum you had goes out the window.
That's going to be a first down, 22. The ball now back. We spotted at the 35-yard line. Kent gets the snap that gives it to Seegers. Seegers bouncing off the left side, and Moore is going to wrestle him down from the backside. I mean, man, I can't say enough about Moore and his pursuit and how well he's playing on the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean, again, these DNs, this defense as a whole is good, and on the other side, you're getting the same thing. So they're almost mirror images of each other right now. They're just playing so well, and both offenses are doing the same thing too. Couple yards here or there, maybe a nice gain, and then all of a sudden stall.
2nd and 17. Oh, Moore knocking the ball down there with his left hand now. Line him up on the other side, and look what he does. Oh, man.
And again, looking at this team, we've given a lot of pub, or Brandon Hickerson-Brooks have gotten a lot of pub, but Moore on the other side, when you have two bookends like that, he's showing that he's just he should be getting that pub too. He's having a really good game today.
Jerome, you said it very well. He's a very special player. Tribe looking very quiet over there right now. The Susquehanna Township student section.
Yeah.
3rd down, 17, ball on the 40-yard line. Kent firing it in there. No, hit the receiver, and he dropped it.
That was open.
That was Bobby Presley. That ball hit him right in the numbers. Beautiful ball by Kent.
Beautiful ball. Beautiful. I don't know if you can throw any better than that. Got to help your quarterback out.
Oh, man. You just don't get those back. You get second chances in games like this, and it's going to bring on a punting opportunity.
Yeah, you think about it. One play like that could change the momentum. Susquehanna Township scores a touchdown, they take the lead. It doesn't matter if they kick or not. They take the lead by 2 points. So any play that you can make, who knows what it can do for you.
Rooker. Punt. Going to be picked up by Arp. Arp, dangerously picks it up, and man, he's lucky.
Yeah, that was...
Andrew Seymour came up to make the tackle. We'll be back right after these messages.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess.
My Giant.
Save big on all of your game day favorites.
Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Gives to the left side. The ball was spotted on the 23-yard line. Pollard took the carry, Jameer Thomas on the tackle. 45 seconds to play here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 10. But penalty on the play. That's going to push East back.
Another penalty. It'll be interesting. I lost track of how many we're tallying.
Well, we had 13
right
first half penalties.
Right. It's
and there's been 3. 16 penalties.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. That's a lot. And again, it hurts you from having any sustained drives. Like Archie said, for both teams, he talked about it for Susquehanna Township, but again, it was a mirror situation with East.
Pollard on the carry and coming up making a beautiful tackle was Jacoby Pate. My goodness, he came up fundamental tackle.
We're starting to see Kane Fullerton around the ball a lot in the second half.
Well, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. The East will have the ball coming back. Susquehanna Township down 4. More to come. Fourth quarter action after these messages.
And that will end our third.
HoffmanFord.com. Turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad.
I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Fourth quarter action here. Susquehanna Township in a defensive struggle with Central Dauphin East 10-6. They're struggling finding scoring on both sides of the ball, but more importantly, we've seen great defense. If you're at home and you are a defensive type person, this is the game to watch. It's been a slugfest in the zones tonight. I tell you, defensively, there's a great shot of Susquehanna cheerleaders and the faithfuls trying to keep their crowd behind it. Fourth quarter action, 10-6. You just have that feel that when is that big play coming on either one of the sides.
Well, you talk about defense, and what I like to talk about is the tackling. That's what I'm impressed with. Both teams are really swarm tackling to the ball. Some turnovers have been caused as a result. And right now, that's what it is, a defensive game.
Everson dumps off.
Again, there's no
another
forward
great
moment.
tackle.
Once these teams are meeting up.
Look at this great tackle also here. You'll see a great play, but Jameer Thomas, look at this. We dump off to Hickerson Brooks. Now come up here. This is the way you take a big player down. Watch it. Hit him low. Hit him low.
Hit him low and wrap.
And wrapped. Jameer Moody Thomas. They call him Moody. He plays a little bit mad. 25 does that. He has a strong safety spot.
Yeah, if you just hit him low, sometimes you just bounce right off of that, or it'll jump over you. But hit him low and wrap. That's what you got to do. You got to keep those legs from moving.
All right, Moody Thomas on a good tackle there.
And a 1 yard loss too.
Everson's got to get out of the pocket. He's running left, being chased by Willie Davis, who's been chasing him all night. Throws up to Danzler. Man, there was a lot of battling going on. But Jacoby Pate coming up and playing great defense.
Yeah, good defense again. I think there was jockeying on both sides, but I like that. A no call on that. I like that.
I like the fact that he throws it up there to Danzler, like anybody's ball, but he hasn't come away with one tonight. Boy,
yeah,
Drummond, you all right with that one?
Now we got.
He hooked him a little bit.
Hey,
he hooked him.
It wasn't called.
That's right. It's a great play unless
it's
called.
Unless it's called.
Jacoby Pate, that's a great play. Jacoby Pate, also a great baseball player. Something about Susquehanna Township baseball. They won all the way to state championship this year.
Yeah.
Lost a close one to Belfont. But, man, the fact of playing in a big game like that, Jacoby Pate was instrumental on that baseball team this year. And hats off to that baseball team for what they did.
Absolutely. Again, we see another defensive effort, another fourth down, and CD East has to punt.
Oh, he just got it off.
And that's where the other score may come from, the big play, because right now neither offense is doing anything, so maybe special teams is where the score will come from.
All right, the East will have the ball. Excuse me. Susquehanna Township will have the ball back, the 31-yard line. Now here, as this clock is fresh 11 minutes, the sustained drive. I'm going to ask you, come out of the playbook. What can you go to right here? Screen. You got anything?
I mean, maybe the quick hitches on the outside. See if you can get your playmakers the ball in their hands, because, you know, running the ball, you have some success here, and then all of a sudden there's a turnover or a really good defensive play. So, I mean, right now, maybe a trick play of some sort, something to open the offense up if you can. But right now for Susquehanna, you're the one that's down. East can hold on to this. They can win this game 10-6 and be fine. Susquehanna Township needs to find a way to move the ball to get themselves in the end zone, and bam, big hit.
Man, Hickerson Rooks come up making a tackle, just wrestled Trey L. Seegers down.
Well, linebacker number 25.
Coming up to make
Jeremiah
that was Christian. Yeah, he came up and also made.
He shot the gap.
Right.
And just
he made that initial hit, Jerome. You're right.
And he's not. He's getting up a little gimpy on the other side. And then we saw
that's
Corey Jett.
Corey Jett,
big lineman. You know, he's getting up, but he may need to come out of play.
You go to them, don't you have to? I think you have to go.
Yeah, once the officials
they got to roll
injury,
whether or not he bounced up quick enough or not.
You have to come out. And I think he's ready to come out anyway, but he's moving pretty good. The big guy's moving, so he'll do okay. Big Corey's 5'10", 260-pound junior, and he's been, again, you know, we talked about him last week a little bit. He's been a staple for this team, and they're really going to count on him this year and then going into his senior year on both sides of the line. He gives you a little bit of beef on the defensive side,
right?
But on the offensive side, playing at guard position, he's been going against Brandon Hickerson Rooks a lot when they slide Rooks inside. So that's a good matchup for him as he matures and continues to grow as a lineman.
Kent back to pass, looking downfield. He has a receiver. He hits Brian Garner in stride. Garner across the 30-yard line and be wrestled down. Big play. Jalen Hawthorne on the tackle. He had Garner. You saw Garner escape. With time, Kent delivers beautifully to Garner.
Kent's pass, beautiful pass. Gardner soft hands and brings this in. Beautiful ball. And now, you know, that's the first big offensive play from any team since the beginning of the first half. So, you know, now can Susquehanna Township build on this?
First down and 10 with the ball on the 27-yard line for the Indians. Low snap going to be picked up by Kent. He hits right going to break a tackle. Cross the 20, cross the 10, makes the move, touchdown Susquehanna. A game breaker. Take a look at this crowd.
Well, we talked about Wright in the pregame. Get the ball to him in space on a quick hitch. Let him see what he can do with the ball. Wright does a little bit of moxie and gets upfield, scores a touchdown. And again, now we see it. They're up.
Man, oh man, a big play for Susquehanna Township. Right, here's the move he makes. Boom.
Wow, that was good. Good move.
Well, one more yet. And walks into the end zone, touchdown. And we highlighted him in the opener that this guy's an athlete. Get the ball in his hands in the open field and look what he does.
That was big. But the play before that is what set it all up. It set the momentum for the Tribe, where they were able to get that momentum and then come out and say, make a big play right after.
Exactly. Well, Susquehanna Township is going to need to take a timeout. They're going to go for a 2-point conversion. I don't think they had the right player personnel on the field.
You want to take a short one?
Maybe let's look at this touchdown one more time. And I mean, plenty of time. Boom, one move,
Boom.
One more. There's going to be one more move.
That was good stuff right there.
Man, oh man.
Good stuff.
That makes highlight tapes. One more time. Here, another angle, better angle. Whoop, right there. Whoop, one more time. And what? Man, oh man. Great move by Mari Wright. He's got lots to be excited about. Got his crowd behind him. Look here. Celebration right there.
And what are they throwing? Confetti?
They're throwing confetti.
Oh, that's a new thing there. I have not seen that. And I think you know somebody in that crowd, don't you?
I know who's throwing that confetti.
Throwing that confetti.
Comes from the same bloodline.
Where'd she get confetti from?
I don't know what. You know what? When they become
it.
Seniors in high school, how often do you even get to talk to them anymore?
Yep.
Shotgun formation. Kent Oh, getting pressure. Going to roll to the left side on the two-point conversion. He's got a long way to run. He's going to fumble the two-point conversion. Out of bounds. It's going to be 12-10. They will not convert.
And Kent is Gempy coming off of that. Under pursuit by number 15, and we've called his name a lot, Brandon Hickerson-Rooks, to make that play. But Kent's a little Gempy. Looked like he's going to try to shake that off.
One more time. Now look how quick the pressure comes.
Yes.
It came booming and manic.
And there's Hickerson-Rooks. He's not letting you get out.
Edward,
Once he gets his hands on you, it's...
Look at Rivers. Rivers brings the pressure. Moore's coming. Here comes Hickerson. Oh, boy, does he pursue the ball. Yes. Oh, man, that's a little extra after, though. But he didn't hurt anybody.
Well, if he would have went to the ground, then it could have been a call.
He was dragged and thrown all the way across the track. 12-10, 9:58. We're coming back on the field. So if you just sit here. Our cheerleaders doing their push-ups. Now, we're going to have to get a little more fundamental on that push-up. Maybe a little bit lower, but I'm going to give her credit.
That's
I'm going to give her credit.
That's one of your push-ups.
Are you busting, Jerome?
We're teaching these kids how to do push-ups, Tom.
See, that's it.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go on record now and say, you know what? Jerome's pushing me a little bit. Here goes the tribe getting excited. What a beautiful picture on the camera for ABC 27.
That is.
Right back in your living room. High-def screen. I mean, we have no idea how clear that is. This is our Giant Food student section.
Yep. Good stuff. Kids are having a ball, enjoying this, man. Just good to have them on a Friday night to come out, watch their team play, and see them start to do well.
Hickerson-Rooks going to pick it up. He's running slow. He's going to bounce outside the 40-yard line. Made a nice move, and he'll be drugged down by Bobby Presley, and there's going to be a flag. There's going to be a flag.
I wonder, are they going to call...
Man,
late hit or a face mask?
It might be a face mask. We'll see.
Well, you definitely don't want to give, CD East any momentum. You just took it back. You don't want to give it right back to them.
They're going to give him 5 more yards on the play, too.
Look how he sets this up. It shows him speed for the big guy.
Yep. Just
Coast, all of a sudden, boom, outside.
And look, he had to even shift the ball, which is dangerous. Yeah. He made a shift to the ball late. Now watch how he shifts the ball. A lot of times you're not talked about doing this. Okay, he's got it in his left hand. He doesn't feel comfortable with it. He's going to shift it, and that can be real dangerous. And you see it. He even fumbled around a little bit, but he was running out of real estate and goes out of bounds. Ball on the 47-yard line. First down and 10 for Central Dauphin East. Kent on a slant. Hits.
Wow.
Polar going to bounce outside across the 10. He's going to go into the end zone. Just shy of the end zone. Going to be tackled down for the backside.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Are these teams the exact same team?
They really are.
I mean, are they the exact same team?
I agree.
We had nothing for so long, and now all of a sudden they both exploded with the same types of plays.
Slant. Watch this. Going to break. Oh, a little shifty move right there. Just enough. A great block on Pate by Arp. And then Devin Evans drags him down at the 2-yard line. One more time. Slant. Oh, here's where you look, just a little side shift move. And look at Evans chasing him down. Oh, boy, saving tackle.
Wow.
All right.
We had nothing. We talked about defense,
Right.
defense. And then all of a sudden, the offensive fireworks start. 9:37 left in the game.
First down, ball on the 1-yard line for East. Givens to Gibson. Oh my goodness, what a hit. Pops the ball out. Who was that? Who came up and blew that play up? Let's take a look at this. Okay. Oh, we got it. Was that Seth Lindsay or Jameer Thomas? Okay, here's a better angle. Great angle here. Oh, my. Jameer Moody Thomas come up and put a shoulder in. Oh, unbelievable. Ball's out right there. But look at this hit. Look at this hit. Oh, boy.
Hey,
oh, boy.
It's in the area, so good hit.
Second down and 5. Oh, design play, and Kent's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Central Dauphin East. Great play.
Wow.
Great setup. Yep. Great design.
But it's amazing, the defenses have held on so well and then all of a sudden you get a touchdown immediately after. CD East does exactly what you want to do, is come right back
Bootleg
and
to the
score.
left side.
You want to come right back right away, take the momentum back, and they score right away.
And
Big
right
plays.
here, look at this block on the corner. He held his block long enough.
Well, I mean, he's 6'5", 200
he held
pounds.
a nice
I mean,
block there.
That's the one thing about when you get those big receivers, man. And you can teach them how to stalk block. Stalk block. Sometimes you have to. That means you have to go to the corner to get them. And those when bigger receivers, they come out and stalk block you. They get their hands on you. They can do very well. You got to teach them how to do that, though.
2-point conversion opportunity. And wrestled down by Jameer Moody Thomas will be Hickerson Rooks. He will not get it. 16-12, 8:47. We'll go to break. More action coming back up in the fourth quarter.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Well, East takes the lead back pretty quickly. 16-12 here. 8:47 to play. Wright's going to get a chance to pick it up. It took so long to get it and develop. Oh, Wright bounces out the outside down the sideline. Cross the 50, cutting back, cross the 40, still on his feet. Crossing the 50-yard line. And man, oh man.
Are you kidding me, man?
I didn't think he even had a chance when he picked the ball up.
Well, we know how dangerous he can be. It's just, I'm just still totally tripping on the reversal of fortunes for both of these teams.
Now, take a look at the low roll. You know, you think, okay, does he let it go? No, he's going to come up and get it. Shifty moves. One move, another move. One more. Bouncing out. You think he's down, keeps on his feet, and gets knocked out of bounds. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
and you're right. All of a sudden, we have fireworks here in the fourth quarter.
That could have went to house. This place would have combusted if that would happen.
That last drive was 4 plays, 47 yards for East. First down and 10, ball on the 47-yard line for the Indians. Kennett quarterback. Twin receivers to the left, twin on the right side. Trey L. Seegers is the lone back. Kent's pass is good, and it's a first down. It's going to move the chains. Booger coming up to make the tackle.
I mean, just look how this game is now opened up offensively for both teams.
Andrew Seymour.
Good ball.
Yep. Andrew Seymour on the catch. Moving the chains. Boy, what a score does for people.
Yeah, both teams. It really has.
Looking at the swing. Oh, man, he fired it in. He was open.
He was open.
Brian Garner, incomplete.
But there, you had to wait for the linebackers to clear.
Right.
You had Boger in the area. So you had both linebackers in the area. Jeremiah Christian was also in the area, too. So those passes, sometimes you got to wait till your receiver uncovers and gets into that zone. And in that point, it was a double clutch, and then you just get it out because your clock in your head is telling you, if I don't get this out, I might get dropped.
Second down and 10 for Susquehanna Township. Down 4. Kent rolling out. Oh, he gets away. Crossing the 50-yard line, crossing the 40-yard line, I believe knocked out of bounds. Man, I don't know who he avoided there, but he avoided Christian, I think.
Yeah, Christian was very upset with himself that he didn't get the sack on that play because he thought he had him dead and right.
Oh, Christian busts through there. Jeremiah Christian almost had him at, man, elusive. Kent showing things with his feet tonight.
On the tackle for Central Dauphin East.
Susquehanna receivers will be in the bunch trips formation here on the left side. They'll have the single receiver to the right. Seagar's back is the back.
This could be 4-down territory because, you know, you're fighting against the clock as well.
It's 3rd and 7. Pressure's on. It's going to set the screen up and incomplete.
And one player broke that up. Number 25, Jeremiah Christian, was right there. I mean, because if he wasn't there seemed like a lot of real estate behind him.
We're seeing a core of people this year that stepped up, that names haven't been mentioned often, and you're seeing them start to emerge now.
Well, it's early in the season, so those first couple of games, you know, both teams I thought had good showings, you know, in both games. You know, the first game for Susquehanna Township this year was against Conrad Weiser, and that was a 35-14 pasting that they put on Conrad Weiser. And East, as we talked about, Milton Hershey 19-13, and then East, they pasted LD's lower Dauphin 38-14.
Kent will keep the ball, Lozer's shoulder. Booger will come up to make the tackle. Boy, that looked like that hurt.
Yeah, Boger came up and made a good play from his linebacker position. We called his name a lot today. Tyler Boger, senior, 6 foot, 220-pound linebacker. I mean, they got some players over there at East, good size.
So they will turn the ball over on downs. East will have it.
Now, as if you know, if I'm Coach AB on the other side, you know, the first thing I'm thinking is 7:15. Do you go big and try to put it away, or do you run the ball and see if you can grind this clock out and never give the ball back?
Oh, that's a great question. You go inside the numbers. Polar, 5 catches for 112 yards and a TD tonight, 12 runs for 57 yards. He has really been the East offense tonight.
He's been the East offense, but man, has he taken some shots too. I mean, this Susquehanna defense has done very good against him as far as tackling.
Everson looking down the field. And it'll be incomplete. Man, oh man, does he have an arm.
He did, but you know what? It was interesting when he threw it because it looked like it was going to keep going, and then all of a sudden it kind of just dropped.
Yeah.
It dropped on him.
Adrian Arp was the intended receiver. Bobby Presley was back in coverage. 2nd down and 10, 7-10 to play here in the 4th quarter.
Because if he had a little more oomph on that, the receiver was clearing.
Right.
I mean, that could have been a touchdown.
Second down and 10. Everson give to Polar. As we said, 5 catches, 112 yards tonight, a TD, 12 runs. Make that 13 runs. Over 60 yards on the night.
He's been a workhorse. I'll tell you what, though, what I like to see, and you see this across the country, is the maturation of the high school quarterback and the quarterbacks at every level. When you look at it, you're seeing high school quarterbacks that are more polished, college quarterbacks that are freshmen that are coming in from high school more polished, and then that's translating to the NFL. You're looking at Jameis Winston, you know, Marcus Mariota. They're coming in the NFL starting, and now you have the Eagles with Carson Wentz.
Right.
So you're seeing a maturation of the quarterback position at every level, and I think a lot of that has to do with these kids are learning the position younger.
Oh yeah.
They're learning passing concepts and how to read defenses at a younger age,
right,
and it's showing on the field.
Well, let's look at this. Let's go inside the numbers here. Travis Sparks, our statistician, giving us something to talk about here. 3rd down conversions for East tonight. They are 0 for 9. It's 3rd down and 7. Now, 4th down, they're 0 for 3.
Yeah.
So they're literally 0 for 12 on the big downs here on conversions. And they've got a lead yet.
Yeah. And you got to attribute that to Susquehanna Township's defense. I mean, they've been lights out. It seems like when that down comes up, they rise to the occasion. And on the other side, you're seeing the same thing. So, you know, each team has played very good today. 16-12. We wouldn't have had this any other way.
No doubt about it.
When you talk about these two schools, they're so similar as far as talent-wise on the field. They're so similar to each other. It's like watching mirror images of each other. Yes, they run different offenses. Yes, they run different defenses. But the talent on the field seems so similar.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You could switch jerseys and
unbelievable.
You don't even know you're watching because of how talented they are. And they all have spread-out offenses, big play guys. They have defenses that are doing their thing. It's really, really, really good game.
Well, coming up at the end of the game is the OSS Health Post-Game Report. We'll feature the Capital Region Insurance Agency Player of the Game, and we'll interview Hoffman Ford Player of the Game. Big old play with the legs of Everson. Man, is he quick. He busts out, saw an opening, busts outside.
Well, I thought Everson was looking downfield and was looking to hit number 17, Terrence Danner, who was starting to come open. But again, that would have meant he would have had to square his shoulders up and heave that. So I think he made a good decision tucking that and getting as much as he could.
Man, he's quick. I mean, he goes left, comes all the way back right. Now look at this. Open, green all the way down the field.
And by him being a lefty, he would have really had to contort his body to throw that. So if he was right-handed, though, he would have fired that.
Give on the left side. Goes to Pollard. Evans coming up to make a tackle with help from Fullerton and Willie Davis. He picked up about 2. Let's go 2nd down and 8. 5:59 ticking away here. Susquehanna Township really got to come up with a hold here. Clock's starting to become a factor. Second and 8. 5:40 to play. Long count. Everson trying to run a little time off that clock. East does not need to be in a hurry. And it happened. He got Susquehanna Township. Willie Davis is going to jump off sides.
Offsides against the Indians. 5-yard penalty.
He did a great job. He patiently.
Yeah, definitely.
Did a hard cadence. It's going to snap Willie Davis off sides, and that's a frustrating penalty right now. 2nd down and 3. Ball's on a 33-yard line.
And we got an update of the Central Dauphin Wilson West Long game. Central Dauphin up 24-6. So they're continuing their dominance right now.
Everson happy to give to Pollard. Pollard bouncing outside. Not much room. Devin Evans will take him down.
And again, it's about killing clock now if you're CDEs.
Evans, 3rd down and 1. That's the
3rd and 1.
26-yard line.
Now again, they were 0 for 9 on 3rd down conversions. 0 for 3 East was on 4th down conversions so far in the game. So 3rd down and 1, ball on the 26-yard line. It's silent here at Roscoe Warner Field.
It really did get quiet.
Bootleg again, left side. He's going to pick up the 1st down and move the chains as Everson. It just looks right now the Susquehanna defense is starting to look a little bit tired. They've been on the field a lot.
You know, they've both been banging really hard all game. So, you know, now you see it. 4th quarter, you have to be able to hold up and you know, you're fighting against the clock, but you're still not out of this. If you can get a hold right here, you still have an opportunity. You're only down 4 points.
So 4:02 to play. 1st down and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line. Everson give the Pollard on the left side. Busting through. He's going to keep on his feet. There's a flag down. He's going to get... Well, he's going to push it to the 2-yard line. But what are the flags? Well, Pollard ran hard through that left side.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's definitely having a game, but it looks like it was behind the defense, so I'm thinking it was going to be a defensive penalty.
It's going to go get Susquehanna. Personal foul on the defense.
Like it's a face
mask. It's going to be
mask.
half the distance to the goal line, and this could be...
And if this score happens, this will probably salt the game away for CDEs.
Man, oh man. Everson shotgun formation. Snaps up and good. And he'll be shy of it. Polar will be shy of it. Andre White Jr. coming up to make the tackle. 32 on the play there.
Yeah, and another 25, Jordan Spencer was another one on that play, too.
Second down and goal for Central Dauphin.
Or Jeremiah Thomas. Sorry about that.
Jameer
Was on the
Thomas.
play. We've called Jameer Thomas often.
Yeah, he's been a player tonight for sure for Susquehanna. He stood out on defense tonight.
Especially in the second half. I thought, he's had a really good game in the second half.
Second down, 3:10 to play here. Polar's going to push in, touchdown East. If it's forward progress, that's going to be good. They're going to call it a touchdown. He got in.
That's the second touchdown of the night.
He's had 2 of them. Man, and man, has he been tough tonight for Susquehanna Township.
He has. I mean, and mind you, it hasn't been easy sledding for him. You know what I mean? He's had a pretty tough game, and Susquehanna Township did an admirable job on him pretty much most of the game. But again, this will probably salt the game away with this score.
Well, coming up at the end of the game is our OSS Health post-game report. We'll feature the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. We'll be interviewing the Huffman Ford player of the game as well, coming right up. Arp with the hold. Kalama with the kick. Point after is up, and it's good. And East takes the lead 23-12. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action after these messages.
No regrets. If only she parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Well, 3 minutes to play in the game, and it's hard to tell and look at that score. All of a sudden, we had a dynamic change in the last 6-7 minutes of the fourth quarter where we've seen 3 scores. It's 10-6 deadlock, defensive struggle, and then all of a sudden the playbook's opened up. A couple big plays, 23-12.
Well, you called it. You said, who's going to make a big play? And you said that pretty much for 2 quarters, and then finally from the second quarter into the third quarter, fourth quarter, then somebody made a big play, and then momentum shifted, and it woke up CD East. And then CD East wakes up, and then they come down and make a couple of big plays. So it was like it woke the game up almost.
Right.
When you have a defensive struggle, sometimes for offensive-minded people, it becomes a boring game a little bit, but I never felt it that way. It was a tough defensive, and I was a defensive guy, so that was good to see, good tackling. But then everyone woke up for a period of time, and CD East will come out on top as a result, or at least it looks like they will come out on top with only 2:54 left.
Well, 2:54, as you said, first down and 10. The ball will be on the 30-yard line for Susquehanna Township in this drive. See what they can do. They can score quick. You never know. Susquehanna Township getting a call on the sideline. They're taking their time coming out. They've been pushed to come back out on the field here. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. Their own 30. Ball's batted up in the air. It's going to be intercepted by Pollard. Pollard's going to take it for the 10, the 5. Touchdown. The ball bounced up off the thing. That's Pollard's third touchdown tonight.
This score is going to look deceptively lopsided, but it was a lot closer to this.
Man, oh man. East has a lot to be excited. There's the student section for the Central Dauphin East tonight. They can get themselves really excited. And that play right there, just you take another look at it, it's just going to bounce off of Garner's hands. And who's there? Pollard's there, and he'll untouched, walks it into the end zone for the pick 6. So take another look at it again. It's going to bounce right here. It's tipped.
And look
who
it
didn't even touch Garner. Look at that.
Look who tipped it. Number 15, Brandon Hickerson Rooks. There was a injury scare earlier in the game. He comes back, makes a play. The big man on campus makes a big play right at the right time to seal the game. Well, it was probably already sealed, but that was the exclamation point there.
Point after is up and good. And just a big momentum change. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess.
My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Quite the change of turn here in Roscoe Warner Field. 29-12, East takes the lead. And we had fireworks from the last 7 minutes of this game.
Definitely, last 7 minutes, it just took off.
That ball's going to roll in the end zone and be a touchback. And Susquehanna Township will have the ball at the 20-yard line. Coming up.
Calamia's kick goes into the end zone with no return. Touchback, 1st and 10 to Susquehanna.
You're starting to see some of the fans just to leave and clear out now. This score, when you look at it in the paper tomorrow, the box score, it just doesn't have the indication what the game was. All of a sudden, it just opens up in the 7-minute mark. A pick six by Polar taking it in the end zone. He also scored play prior to that.
But think about it. Remember last week, very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar situation where the score opened up in the second half. Right after halftime, it was a little earlier than this, but it opened up, and before long, it ended up being lopsided. But that's how sometimes the pendulum flows. And I think one of the things that I see from Susquehanna Township is really trying to work on consistency within this offense, because the offense has moments where they're able to look really, really big, play oriented, but they just can't sustain drives. So I think, one of the things that the coaching staff, especially offensive coordinators for Susquehanna Township, will like to do is try to really get back to being able to sustain offense,
right.
Because that's hurting them right now. And penalties really was damaging today.
Well, coming up next week, next Friday night, got another good one. Lower Dauphin at Cedar Cliff at 7 o'clock. Friday night action just continues to get better and better night in and night out, and we have them for you here on High School Sports Live and ABC 27. And the partnership, it's been great being able to call these games on Friday nights, being part of it again.
Absolutely. So, we'll see. See what Lower Dauphin can do. I know they had a rough one last week against CD East, and we don't have an updated score for them this week to see how they're doing. But I know they're going to want to try to get themselves where they need to be. See if they can win some ball games.
Jalik Smith, the intended receiver. Kent's passes. Jalik Smith. Boy, I'll tell you, Marshall Kent's really upset. His helmet was knocked off his head. He's frustrated, and for every right so. It was one of those nights it turned on Susquehanna Township. I mean, you can see the frustration, but that was a personal foul going against the East, so things can get a little ugly here late in the game. So you just got to keep your head cooler here. Will prevail.
Definitely.
And if you're the officiating staff, you're just trying to keep things clean.
Hey, Chad, it's 30-12. We're at 29-12 on the screen.
So it's going to be a first down now for Susquehanna Township. Moving 15 yards. The ball will be at the 30-yard line. And it seems like a long 2 minutes if you're watching at home, because we've had some penalties. We've had some officiating discussions, things like that to weed out. All right.
It's been a lot.
First down and 10, ball on the 30-yard line, 2:42 to play. You can hear a pin drop here at Roscoe Warner.
You definitely can.
Devin Evans on the carry to the right side. The linebacker getting some opportunities to carry the ball here late in the game. Hickerson Rooks will come up and make a tackle.
It will be second down for Susquehanna.
Looks like they're going to pull that man out. And I tell you what, if I had a vote for player of the game, I mean, it would be close tonight, but it's hard not to say what happened and how the difference that Tyshawn Pollard made.
Yeah,
but Hickerson Brooks also played a great game.
Yeah,
Makai Moore for East
exactly.
played well. There was a lot of guys that stepped up tonight for East.
Pollard was, the star of the game. I mean, 3 touchdowns, an interception. He was all over the place.
Willie Davis passes good to Willie Davis. Making the tackle is Tyree Newton. And the clock's not on the Susquehanna Township side right now. 1:42 to play. 30-12. One of these games where now at this point you want to get out without any injuries. You see a lot of change in the personnel on the east side now. They're going to get some guys go deep to the bench. Hickerson Rooks is still in there, though. I saw him coming off the field, but he's lined up in the defensive end position.
And again, I know they're happy they still have him good, as far as health-wise, because I know there was a little scare there earlier in the game. But it seems like both of these teams, for the most part, will come out of this game healthy, at least relatively healthy. Everybody's sore, so you know that. But
Rivers on the tackle, and that was Devin Evans on the carry. It's going to be 4th and make it 3. Ball on the 34-yard line.
It's a football player right there.
49 seconds left in the game. Down to 38. Boy, Evans will be wrestled. That's Mari Wright will be wrestled down.
First and 10, Central Dauphin East.
Under 30 seconds to play now.
36-yard line.
And I would imagine East will probably take a knee.
East will get the ball back with 29 seconds. And that's going to be it. They're going to go 3-0 on the year.
Yeah.
East is, mark them down. Now that we've gone to the new classifications, where do you think they stand? But I'm going to tell you what, we've seen they're a good football team.
Yeah, definitely a good football team. I think they have some of the similar concerns on offense that you would see. I mean, they ended up exploding in parts and pieces. But I think for them, again, East wants to sustain offense as well. Coach Bladden would definitely want to look at what they can do to kind of get there, So we'll see what happens as the year goes on.
Hawthorne, we're going to have to take a knee one more time, and that should be it. East will go in the books with their 3rd win. That'll drop Susquehanna Township to 1-3. Next week coming up, Lower Dauphin at Cedar Cliff. And that's it. That's going to be it. We'll come right back after these messages. We'll have our Hoffman Ford player of the game, Tyshawn Pollard, who we're going with. We'll have our wrap-up with Archie up here in the booth. And Jerome will be right back after these messages.
.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess.
My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
HoffmanFord.com. Turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by. Ford.com. Turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA.
Well, welcome back. Post-game report here. First of all, Archie, just the game really kind of unraveled for Susquehanna Township. I mean, we didn't have fireworks till about 7-minute mark. What do you think was that real big backbreaker that put them away tonight? For what? In other words, what did Central Dauphin East do well to come away with this victory?
They stayed consistent. They stayed consistent with the plays that they've been running the whole game. They never wavered. They never faltered. They stayed consistent with what they've been doing the whole game. Now, the play that really brought them out of the game was after Susquehanna scored, they came back and they had a slant that went for about 50 to 60 yards, and then the next play, touchdown. After Susquehanna had game momentum, I kind of thought that was going to change the game around and we was going to have a battle all the way to the end of the game. But after East settled their sophomore quarterback down, he hit a big pass that went for big yardage. Then you have my man Pollard up the middle, put the game away.
All right, Archie. Now our Huffman Ford player of the game, I mean, more importantly, you talked about it. Tyshawn Pollard comes back. He hadn't played the first 2 games. What a difference, 3 TDs tonight.
Yeah, he was all over the field. I think running the ball, he caught the ball, got into the end zone multiple times. Then on the defensive side, just playing a center fielder in the back of the defense. So I think you want your star players to play very well, and that's exactly what you saw from CD East.
And that play of the game, I mean, that interception, I mean, it was put away already as Archie mentioned on the slant, went 50. Pollard puts it in for the end zone, comes right back. Susquehanna Township in the play of the game. It's tipped by Hickerson Brooks and goes right and falls in the hands of the magic man tonight, Tyshawn Pollard, and he took a pick 6.
I mean, this guy has set out 2 games, been ineligible for PIAA reasons, and he had a chip on his shoulder. Like I said, these guys have been playing in the NIFO youth flag football all summer with Coach Will Hines over there, and he said that these guys have really wanted this game, so he really wanted it, man. He did come out and make a statement. I thought it was real good for him, and it was good for the fans and the students and the fans of Central Dauphin East.
And when you talk about that, more importantly, Jerome, you said over and over again that it never, ever seemed like this game would have probably opened up like this, and it's happened 2 weeks in a row for Susquehanna Township. Not to be discouraged, but if you're Susquehanna Township going to the locker room, what are you telling your kids?
Well, I mean, you're 1-2. The season's not over. There were some hiccups last year, and they ended with almost a victory in the district championship game. So the season's not over at all. You just got to pick it up from here. You got Redland next week coming in, and you just have to play them and get yourself, see if you can get some momentum back. And we talked about that, offensive momentum. They have to be able to sustain offense. That's what Archie's talked about in the beginning of the first half. Can they figure a way to sustain offense throughout the whole game consistently? That's going to be the big thing for them.
Well, when you remember one of the most important factors is, this team is not, neither team has played an in-division game. These are out-of-division games. Now we go next week, we start a division. Next week, Lower Dauphin Cedar Cliff will be our next matchup at 7 o'clock. But more importantly, on behalf of all of everyone here in Vicus Sports, our camera crew, thank you to Pensy, our big supplier, and everybody that's involved in High School Sports Live. We really thank you. And coming right up, right after this, stay tuned for an in-depth review of the 3-Star Academy, Charlie Fortney and folks that will be talking about that coming right up after these messages. But more importantly, we want to call it a great night. Next Friday night, Cedar Cliff Lower Dauphin is your action. More every Friday night here on High School Sports Live. And we thank you for tuning in. Good night.
Man to man, here on out. Man to man, from here on out.
It's real serious out there. I know a lot of guys, you know, a lot of your boys are out there dying. It ain't no joke. The grave ain't no joke.
I hear the wind blow, thought it's your voice I heard. I feel the raindrops are falling, I see the tears you shed. My mind is constantly...
My name's Joel Delgado. I've been here for about 2 years already. This program has really helped me through a lot. Home, out of streets, basketball. Taught me how to be a better player, a better person. Helped me be a better man at home. I help my parents around the house now. Less disrespect at home. Working, helping my mother pay bills. This program just built me to be a better person and a better man.
The director, he came to me asking that I want to come and join this program, and I seen him at the Boys and Girls Club because I work there, and he told me about the program and what it's worth. It's a great combination. Like, I like learning about new stuff, and basketball is the thing I do on the side, but it helps me on just communicating with each other, because really I love doing both things, learning, playing, but I just want to become a great player and just have a great future. And it's a long way to go now. I just got to stick with there might be bad sides, bad places, and good places. I'm trying to take the good path.
Met Gerald Jarman a few years ago, and he got to talking to me about 3-Star program, asked me if I wanted to get involved, and I was very excited about the opportunity to work with young men here in Harrisburg and hopefully make a difference, make a positive difference in their lives.
I met Coach Jarman, and he asked me to be a part of the 3-Star program, so we looked at that, and of course you always try to clear your schedule for good things, and got involved, and it's just a great opportunity for anyone to impact lives. It's interesting, when I first heard about the program from the boys, they were talking about the mentoring, they were talking about just being together with friends, they were talking about so many great things that they liked about the program. And it actually took a while before they said, oh, and by the way, we play basketball.
I tell you, it's great. You see the young men come in as we begin the mentoring sessions. It's great to see just their development. It's great to be able to develop great relationships with these young men and just see them grow and prosper.
A lot of things in the streets just to help y'all out.
Can you tell them about it?
I got a lot of people that are here. I got into it, so I hope they learn something from here the same way I did last year.
You see any changes in them?
So far, yeah, a lot. Lots getting jobs, stopping a lot of things, becoming better people in here, better friends. It's helping a lot.
Yeah, I'll be here next year.
He got accepted to Duquesne and Bloomsburg on a full academic scholarship.
We're here tonight at Roland School, Harrisburg School District. This is the high school program. This is our 7th year. This is the one that's really established. This is the program. This is kind of like the mother of them all. 65 guys from the Harrisburg School District, teenagers, guys, want to come out and play basketball and learn about life. Good thing is, I don't know too many places in the city where you can go and get this many guys in one location, one place, from different areas in the city, uptown, from the Hill, from out the South, all in one melting pot. Probably in another setting, in another environment, these guys will be at each other. It could be some friction, so that's one of the things we're thankful for. God has given us the grace to be able to do what we do. We're excited to be here. We have a great program. You're going to hear more things in the future, great positive things about the young men in the city. I believe that with all my heart, with all my soul. I believe that you're going to hear some positive things. There's a lot of negative things out on the media, and rightfully so. There's a lot of negative things happening in the city. But this is proof tonight, what you've heard and what you've seen, that there is some good that's happening. We want to highlight that. It's a breath of fresh air to see and hear some of the testimonies, some of the positive reports we're getting, and you've seen it for yourself. So the best is yet to come, and I look forward to talking to you again sometime soon.